Did you ever feel like this could be pulled away from me at any moment?
It actually can. In my position, we have these things called Mexican drum offs that like some guy could potentially take my job.
I heard about this on Rick Diaz's podcast
with
you were
Rick.
just on
I
6
fucking
months
love
ago.
Rick. Shout out Rick.
You talked a little bit about it, but go ahead and explain it
Yeah,
again.
so what a Mexican drum off is a guy comes up, does a minute of stand up. If he says he plays drums, he gets to battle me for my spot.
Yeah.
You know? And that dude also like
Fucked up.
I'm a competitive guy.
Sure, I heard about
I don't
that. Yeah.
look at drums and music in a competitive way. So like this is a thing where like, all right, cool. I actually could potentially lose my job. Like I'm gonna practice so that doesn't happen.
Yeah. Okay.
Also, I love I love all my homies. I love everybody on there. Most of the guys that come up, like they may or may not have been playing drums, whatever.
Right.
But they're all fans of the show and they want to have an opportunity to play my drums and meet me. So I like whatever it is, I always give them my pair of sticks that, they walk away with something.
Yeah.
Because it does take a lot of like pressure to come up and do that
Hell
shit.
yeah, it does.
So it's like I have chats with them afterwards. Like it's a cool idea, but I take that very seriously, essentially. You know what I mean? I practice a lot. I try to be as prepared as I can for any of the stuff. But when it happens, I was like, all right, cool. Now I'm fighting for my job, and I also want to entertain a crowd.
Sure.
I love it. I have a very unique part in the show.
Yeah. Man, he must have he's probably taking a dump. There he is. I need to go potty.
All right.
Well, how long did it take you to get here? Or what's the drive commute?
From my house, it's like 17 minutes, but I was doing some stuff
for
my sister real quick, so I was a little further north. bad.
What part of town do you live in?
I'm on the east side.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm on East Riverside, Montopolis area.
All right. Well, appreciate you coming all the way
dude,
over
this
here.
is cool. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Let me turn off my phone. I was listening to a little Zach top cover Merle Haggard.
Why? Just cause?
Well, I mean, Zach's my favorite right now, man.
All right.
Yeah, that whole band is killing. Nate Felty on drums, insane drummer. That just,
what'd you get into this weekend?
This weekend, let's see, what do we do? What did we do this weekend?
Feel free to have a Waterloo
thanks,
if you want one.
Yeah. Ooh.
And careful when they open it up, they'll
Pop a top again. Which is not a beer, it's a sparkling water.
Right, because you're straight edge, right?
Because I'm what?
Straight edge?
Because yeah.
You're minor threat.
It sounds like a little nerd when you say that, but yeah, I don't drink.
We'll get into that a little later, but yeah, back to the weekend. What'd you do? You're a busy guy.
What was this weekend, dude? Holy shit. I don't.
Holy shit. Okay.
Dude, okay. So, I feel like I have short-term memory sometimes because I can remember the big things, but when things just happen, I don't remember what I did.
Okay, that's fine. I can tell you what I did.
Hold on. What did I do this weekend? I have to, Sunday I work. Did I play on Saturday? Shit, dude.
This happened 3 days ago.
I know. Sunday. Okay, I can tell you what I did on Sunday. Okay. Sunday, I woke up ass early in the morning. I went to. I did 2 workouts at Correct Fitness. I did a kettlebell workout with my sister. She asked me. She's like, "Come and do this one with me." I was like,
"That's
absolutely."
Fun. Yeah.
All my sisters go to the gym, so that's great.
Hell
we
yeah.
get to work out together.
How many sisters?
I've got 3.
Damn. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
I've got 3 sisters. Worked out with one, and then did a doubled up. Did a high rocks class after that, and then was absolutely beat for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
Practiced drums as much as I could, and then passed the fuck out.
How old are you?
I am 33.
Okay, so you're still a young buck. I'm 38, but you're...
You're still a young buck too, bro.
I'm 2 years away from being fucking 40.
Yeah,
that's
but
not
40,
young.
dude, 40s are about to be like the new 20s, I think. Everybody's fucking grinding or not grinding, but enjoying the grind from their 20s and 30s
I
now.
think that's very true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think that's very true.
Yeah.
You got a point there.
Yeah. Now, at least. It was different for our parents, but...
It sounds like you had a fun weekend, but I had a better weekend.
Okay, you tell me what you did this weekend.
I went to Sick New World in Las Vegas with my
fuck.
wife. It was really fun.
Yeah.
Until we hit about hour 14 of standing on our feet, and I was done. Was
it just one day?
It's one day. That's the whole thing with this festival.
Fuck.
It's from 11 in the morning till midnight.
Yeah.
System of a Down closes it out
Did you see Danny Elfman before that?
I saw Danny Elfman.
Let's
I caught a
fucking
little
go.
bit of his
It's Josh
set.
Freese on drums.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Really?
Stu Brooks on bass. Incredible band.
It was amazing to go from his. I don't really. I'm not a big fan, but I just love Nightmare Before Christmas. That's what I grew up on.
And he played some of that stuff with the whole string section in the back.
It's giving me chills just thinking about it.
Yeah,
It was so cool. It was like, oh my God, that's so nostalgic.
That was my favorite movie when I was a kid. My mom said I couldn't take it off the VHS.
That's so awesome. And then, I got to see a lot of my favorite bands that I grew up watching or listening to. Alien Ant Farm.
Oh, shit.
POD.
Okay. Did they do Smooth Criminal?
They did. They saved it for the last song.
Of course they did.
And then I got to see Filter. Guess what I did during the Filter set?
What'd you do?
I took a photo.
A filtered photo?
No, it's because they have it's a bad joke.
Wait.
Until you take my picture?
I don't know filter.
Okay, all right. Well,
yeah. Dang, bro. Sorry, I fucked that joke up.
It's okay.
It probably was funny. We'll see. We'll see in the comments to see how many people get that.
It was a nice shot.
He's like, no, dude. Sorry, I don't read comments, dude. Sorry.
So I like to start off with some rapid fire questions.
Sick.
All right.
Hit me with them. Got you.
You're a Queens of the Stone Age fan, right?
Yes.
Castillo, Theodore, or Grohl?
Grohl, Theodore, Castillo.
Okay. All right.
I mean, that's only because I'm a huge Foo Fighters fan, and I happen to be friends with Jon.
Oh, all right.
Yeah,
Very
Jon
cool.
is an incredible drummer. He actually came out to a Kill Tony. I had no idea they were there. Funny enough, I knew they were going to be in town. I messaged the Queens of the Stone Age IG, and I was like, guys, I saw you're gonna be in town. We'd love for you if you fucking come to Kill Tony. That'd be so cool. Obviously zero reply.
Right, yeah.
Then we played the show. Afterwards, Jon's coming out of the restaurant. I was like, what the fuck? That's Jon Theodore. He gives a show.
So you fanboyed out.
100%. I have the picture too. I'll send it to you. Maybe you put it on the thing. Yeah. But dude, he was the sweetest human. Well, they all were. They were sitting up in the green room watching the show from on top. They said they loved the show. They're like, he complimented me on my drumming, dude, and I was like, this is fucking crazy right now. We took me and Matt Muelling, who's also a Queens fan, and we just kind of nerded out with them. They took the time to chat with us about music and life and shit. It was fucking great.
That's so cool. I forgot. I don't know who it was, but I saw that Joshua Homme was at Seaboys.
Yeah, the next night. So Carlos invited him out to Seaboys the next night, and they came.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it was fucking great.
It's a great establishment, great music venue right here in Austin, Texas.
Absolutely.
All right, continuing on with the rapid fire questions.
Yes.
I feel like there's going to be so many tangents that go off.
Sorry.
No, that's great. I love it. Whataburger, In-N-Out.
In-N-Out. And okay, when I was young, it used to be Whataburger. When they sold out to that Chicago company, shit's trash now, bro.
Even before then, I found it hard to get a consistent hamburger from any location from a Whataburger establishment. Like my buddy got raw chicken in his sandwiches, gross, from this location right over here. And then I got a bad burger kind of up north, so I'm like done. But whenever I go to In-N-Out, I'm just getting consistent quality. Yeah, and I love it. Zildjian or Vic Firth?
Both. They're also the same company now. Okay. They're under the same umbrella.
Tama or Pearl?
Pearl.
All right.
Can I give a little shout out?
Yeah.
I actually just signed with Pearl.
Hell yeah.
So
when did that happen?
We go. That happened a couple weeks ago.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah. So the most recent Netflix episode of the WWE was that's my kit. That's my brand new kit. So it's so funny that you say that. Shout out to John Fark. That's my boy over at Pearl.
We're going off script now, but how do you get that? How does a drummer?
You know what, man? I with the drum thing was the hardest one for me because I was a huge Gretsch fan before. Like all my favorite drummers played Gretsch.
I had a Catalina club growing up.
That's what I use on the show right now. I use a Catalina 20 by 14 right now on the show.
It was heavily influenced by Travis Barker because he had those longer
kick drums.
Yeah, I'm like, I want that. Oh shit, Orange County drums. Those are kind of expensive. I can't afford that. Anyway,
he's a DW guy now.
Okay.
But yeah, so like the drums thing was the last of the Infinity Stones is what I like to call it. So I got the sticks and cymbals together as one, and then I got the drum heads a couple months after that. And the drums was like so hard because Gretsch was my thing. Yeah. I actually have like Taylor Hawkins on he's my screensaver.
Yeah.
So that's.
Yeah,
you know,
that's awesome.
That's my
Is
guy.
that the photo? Did you take that photo?
I didn't take that
okay.
photo. I got it off
that's a pretty good photo.
When he passed away.
Yeah.
I found this particular one. That's the essence that I want to bring to every musical situation that I'm in, any band I'm in. I want to do that. You know? But so I tried super hard with the Gretsch thing. I had a couple buddies put me in some emails with the main guys, and they were going through a big thing, so I never got it.
Yeah.
Right. And then I tried the DW thing because I have a bunch of friends with in the DW circle, and they don't do deals anymore like they used to because they're owned by Roland now. So you have to go through this like round circle of people be like, this guy doesn't get it now, blah, blah, blah. You know, it's a whole thing.
Right.
So I didn't get that either. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to put this in God's hands, and it'll happen when it happens. And
do you remember when you started that process of actively trying to?
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Yeah, it was right. It was right before the first MSG gig that Kill Tony did. So this was back in 24.
Got it.
So like 2 years ago.
Okay.
Essentially.
So it's a year-long, almost 2 year long.
Almost
process.
2 year long process. Yeah. And it just kind of happened. I have a buddy out in LA. His name's Anthony Gazelle. He drums for Daughtry. Mm-hmm. He was funny. Like we met through Instagram. He was a fan of the show, and the first LA show that we played the Forum, and he was like, "Dude, I want to come and help." And he came in and was my drum tech for the night, and we hung out all night. So has a drum company it sells called Rock Locks, and he actually signed with Pearl when he got the Daughtry gig, I think, if I'm not mistaken. John, who's the A&R guy there, watches the show. He's a fan of the show. And he was just having a conversation with Anthony about it. He's like, oh, that's my homie. So Anthony texts me. He's like, man, do you mind if I give him your number? He's pretty interested. Like, he's a great guy, blah, blah, blah. And he did and texted me. It took like a couple days to get on a phone call. And we talked for, like, as soon as we got on a phone call, bro, we talked for at least an hour just about, not even about drums. We just had a normal, like, man-to-man conversations about life, kids, marriage, you know, whatever it was.
Yeah.
And then the last 5 to 10 minutes was about drums, which was crazy. Yeah. And that
awesome.
felt right. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm not really. You can make any drum sound good. I was.
You can make any camera look good.
There you go.
Yeah, exactly.
Shout out.
Yeah.
You know. So the fact that he took the time to call. And just, you know, it wasn't necessarily business right away. It was like we got to know each other a little bit.
Yeah.
That made the biggest impact.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it seems like there was a lot of previous experience in your career that led you to those connections that got you this deal.
Yeah.
So we'll definitely unpack that
throughout
this
for sure.
episode. But like with all these podcasts, I like to start off with where you come from. And I heard you come from Brownsville?
956. That's exactly right.
What was it like growing up in that area?
It was great. I had a great childhood, dude.
Yeah.
Like I lived like probably less than 5 minutes from every family member that I have, from my mom's side, my dad's side.
Yeah.
I mean, funny enough, I didn't even grow up playing music. Okay. I grew up playing sports. I played baseball since I was 2 or 3 years old.
Running too, right?
Running. Running. I didn't really figure that out until middle school when cross country was like cross country and track was available at that time, and I was like, all right, cool, I'll do it.
You did that, man.
I was
running. It was the worst.
Winning races. In middle school.
All right.
And then after that, I think I just, you know, it's such a mental thing running.
Dude, it really is.
I didn't have the mental capacity to, like, the mental toughness back then. So I was winning and it was fun. It was great. And then after a while, I was like, I don't want to do this shit no more. I just want to play baseball. Baseball was my shit, dude.
What position?
Center field.
Okay. What class? 5A, 2A, 3A?
5A.
Oh, shit.
So my
right
high
on.
school. So all the high schools in Brownsville. So at the time there was 6 high schools. All 5A high schools. So a lot of kids. Like, I graduated with probably 750 students.
Dude, that's
pretty
a
big.
lot.
Yeah. The biggest high school had 1,200 students.
Were they from Dallas, El Paso?
No, all look, those are all Brownsville high schools.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you ever play any teams from El Paso? Because I know they had established baseball teams.
I'm sure they did. Our district was so Brownsville to El Paso is probably like
fucking 8 hours. If that.
No. It's 8 hours to Dallas. El Paso's all the way west. So like I'm at the very tip of the star when you look at it.
Yeah.
And then you go all the way west. I don't know. It's probably like 13, 14 hours maybe. Yeah, it's pretty long, dude.
I don't even know that distance. Okay.
Yeah.
So baseball was your thing.
Yes.
What did your parents do for work?
My dad is he's retired now. He worked for U.S. Customs and Border Protection.
Okay. That makes sense,
for 32 years.
Wow.
For 32 years, yeah.
Holy.
So I was actually born in Arizona. He was a Border Patrol agent at the time. He was a rookie. He did 2 years out there with my mom. So my sister and I were born in Arizona.
Okay.
Yeah. And then 2 years after that, we moved to Brownsville.
Okay.
Back home where both my mom and dad are from. So all the family's back down there.
And what did mom do?
My mom was a stay-at-home mom until...
The most important job.
Dude, absolutely, man. Like, she cooked for us. She taught us everything about the home.
Yeah.
She was there for us when... Still now, funny enough. But she works for my grandfather now and has been for a while. She's a secretary for my grandfather's office or company.
On. So when did the music bug start to rise up in you?
I've always had it. I kind of knew when I was a kid. Like we all grew up going to church, and I always wanted to play music in the church and never had the opportunity to.
Catholic?
No.
Oh,
I was non-denominational Christian.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
But everybody, funny, it's a good question, man. Everybody in Brownsville, like super Mexican, super
I mean,
Catholic.
I'm just saying.
Nah, you're right, bro.
Given the local demographic that's in that area, it's predominantly Catholic.
Yeah,
Okay.
You're right. My mom grew up Catholic. We just ended up going to a non-denominational church.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So music bug hits you, and then I heard you were gifted a drum set, right?
I was. So
who?
I was gifted a drum set from the summer of my junior year going to senior year of high school.
Okay.
So that's when I really started taking it seriously.
All right.
I began like every other music kid, like 6th grade, played in the middle school band, high school band. But I was doing timpani and marching band and the going the classical route, which that's not it never hit me, you know. I was listening to Earth, Wind and Fire and Michael Jackson and all this groove music, James Brown. Like my dad introduced me to a bunch of cool shit when I was a kid. My first concert at 12, which I think I was in sixth grade.
Yeah.
He took me to an Earth, Wind and Fire in Chicago concert.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys flew out there just for the concert?
No. So Chicago is a rock band. And Earth, Wind and Fire. You kind of... I wasn't going to say it, but you did that one to yourself.
Sorry, yeah. Sorry. Anyways, continue.
You're good.
Where was the concert at?
The concert was in McAllen.
All right.
Yeah. It was in McAllen. So he takes me... I'm the youngest one there by at least 25 years. At least 25 years. And we're sitting pretty much in the front row. I'm like maybe the second row or first row. And I'm right up there and watching the craziest thing happen in front of me. I remember being in awe the entire concert. And Ralph Peterson, who's the percussionist and one of the singers, gave me a drumstick that night. And I just never forgot it. And that was the feeling that I wanted to create. You know what I mean?
Please tell me you still have the drumstick.
I do still have the drumstick.
Right.
And John Paris was playing drums at the time. We didn't get to meet him. I guess he still is playing drums with them right now. And then Chicago came out. Trishan Bowden was playing drums then. And I was like, this is the height of rock music, you know, at that time for me. So that's what I wanted to do. And I didn't get the opportunity to do it until I got a drum set in high school.
Looking back at it now, were you classically trained in drum rudiments and stuff like that? Did you learn those? Okay.
Essentially. So like I didn't have I from 6th grade to senior year of high school, I probably had seven different percussion instructors.
Okay.
So it was just the luck of the draw.
Yeah.
We had just guys coming in and out. They couldn't hold a job at my middle school because it was brand new. I was the first class from 6th grade to 8th grade in the middle school that I went to.
Okay.
So I'll just say it because I don't give a fuck. The guy who was supposed to be our initial percussion instructor killed a guy. So he went to jail. That guy went to jail.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Okay.
I did a drum camp for 2 weeks with this guy, and then all of a sudden he didn't show up at the beginning of the year. And I was like, what the fuck? Where'd the guy go? Turns out he's in jail for murder.
Was he an okay
Apparently.
teacher?
No, it was great.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, he's in jail, so I don't know the exact story, but that's what I remember hearing. It was kind of funny. I was like, oh shit, this dude killed a guy.
Okay. How he could just kill a man.
Yeah, right.
So the drum thing starts to take a hold. What were your parents' thoughts during this time? Because obviously drums aren't the quietest instrument.
No, it was I made their life probably hell senior year. Yeah, it was pretty crazy, man, because like once I got it, so we have a 2-story house and it's all hardwood floors.
Ooh, okay.
So the drum set was upstairs and the reverberation went throughout the entire house. So I was up there for hours just banging, not good at all, dude. Like not good at all. Till probably like midnight, until my parents were like, shut up.
Dude.
And it was just a thing. And I remember telling my dad, like, after I got it, after spending a couple months with it, and auditioning for what was all region and all state jazz band. Yeah. So I auditioned and did the whole process and did all that stuff. Excuse me. With my teacher who was helping me at the time, his name's Daniel Whitty. He was coaching me through that whole process, and I just fell in love with it, man. And I told my parents, I was like, I think I want to go to music school for this. And they're like, so confused. You just started playing. What are you talking about? Are you sure you want to do this? And I was like, yep.
All right.
Yeah.
And so I heard you try to apply for the music school at UT. Is that right?
I did. I applied to 3 different music schools.
Okay.
I tried Berkeley first. My dad took me to Boston. It was great. I had a great time. Got a scholarship, but didn't get a full scholarship. I got $12,000 a year for a $50,000 a year school, and my dad and my grandpa were like, "Fuck that."
Yeah.
So didn't do that. That was the first option. It's fine. Then I auditioned, or I didn't even get the chance to audition at North Texas. I wanted to go to UNT.
Okay.
Something happened with the admissions program that they didn't give me a certain identification number in time to even apply. So you had to become a student and then apply to the music school and then do the audition process through that.
Okay.
So they didn't give me a number in time, so I missed the audition. So I would have just had to gone to school at UNT for a year for whatever. And I was like, fuck that, dude. If they're not going to take the time to invest in me as a student, I don't want to go over there. Right. So I had automatic admission to any public school in the state because I graduated
top 10.
I graduated number 3 in my high school.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
wow.
It should have been number 2, but I fucked around junior year because it was a year of the World Cup, and I was taking college courses at UT Brownsville. And it was a macroeconomics class. I still remember the whole fucking shit, dude. We had our professor was from Morocco, so he was already kind of hard to understand, and it was macroeconomics, dude. I'm a fucking dumbass. I played drums
in high school.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I took a summer course, macroeconomics, with all my homies that we were doing college prep classes or whatever.
Okay.
But this was an actual college course that we took at the University of Texas Brownsville.
Yeah.
For 3 months in the summer. And we were fucking around because the World Cup had just started, and we were watching Messi play on our computers in the class. And that's my only B.
You were some real troublemakers back in the day, man.
Whatever, dude. I could give a fuck about macroeconomics. I still don't know how any of this shit works, dude.
Supply and demand, that's all I know about it.
Got something like it.
Yeah.
Anyways, I get a B in that class.
Okay.
And that's the only B that I got. And I ended up losing the salutatorian spot to my friend Perla by 0.02 of a point because of that one grade. So it was supposed to be my best friend Pete and me were supposed to graduate 1 and 2, and I fucked my shit up because I didn't give a fuck in macroeconomics.
What would that have gotten you?
No, it was just we were. So
I know. But
he was
the fact that you're still like you can remember all.
Bro,
this detail
it was because we had this whole plan.
Yeah.
We had this whole plan. It was like, dude, you and I are going to UT. We're gonna be roommates. We're gonna fucking graduate 1 and 2. It's gonna be sick, bro. It's gonna be like a 1-2 punch. You hit him with this. I was like preparing my speech with my English teacher at the time.
Oh, that's right. You get this.
You get to say some shit.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I was like, all right, this is gonna be fucking cool. And then I fucked it up, and all I got to do was say a prayer. I walked up there, and then I read the prayer off of a sheet, I think. I don't even remember. It was kind of whack, but I wanted to say some dumb shit up there. Or, I wanted to try to be funny. And I didn't get the opportunity to. Whatever.
Okay, so this grants you basically to any university here in Texas,
right.
And you decide to pick
I decided,
UT?
yes.
Why?
I grew up a Longhorn fan.
Okay.
I remember where I was when Vince Young crossed the touchdown, crossed the line in 2005, dude.
I was we moved from Southern California to West Texas, a place called Alpine, Texas.
Yeah, I know exactly where Alpine is.
And I just didn't like Texas at the time. I'm like,
you came from Southern California.
So I was rooting for
Matt Leinart and Reggie Bush.
Exactly, and Reggie Bush. Lindell White was also on that team. And I do vividly remember fucking Vince Young crossing that goal line.
That goal line was crazy. So much shit
tomorrow. Anyways, but yeah, okay. So always a UT fan.
Always a UT fan, and then I had, you know what? It was my last option, which was fine. Whatever. So
yeah, that's pretty cool to say that UT was your last option.
Well, I had a different mindset.
Yeah,
right. Fausto Cuevas, who was a mentor of mine, went to Berkeley, and he was the one who told me about it. So I was like, all right, I got to go there. That didn't happen. And then all my favorite drummers at the time, Rich Redmond, Keith Carlock, all these guys had graduated from UNT, and I was told that these guys that program is the best program in the nation if you want to be an incredible drummer. Okay. So I was like, all right, fuck it. I do it. That didn't work out. Yeah. So UT just happens to be the third option. I was like, all right, cool. Let me go audition here. I auditioned, and for each one of those other schools, it was only a drum set audition.
Okay.
So when I got to UT is primarily a classical school, and I didn't know that you had to prepare classical audition and a drum set audition. So I walk in fucking ready to go play some drum set, and then the guy was like, all right, cool, are you ready for your classical audition? You go wait over there. And I was like, the fuck are we talking about, dude? I was completely caught off guard, and this was just me being a fucking idiot in high school, being like, just not prepared. You know what I mean?
that's you're 18. They don't you're supposed to be an idiot. That's
I didn't read the fine print, I guess.
Got it. Yeah.
So I get to my classical audition, and I just half-assed through all the shit that I was
like. So what's the differentiation between classical and drum set? Are you playing on a snare? Is that it? Okay.
So you're supposed to prepare some sort of excerpt or whatever on timpani, mallet percussion, snare drum, and then whatever else they ask you.
Okay, got it.
So I didn't have anything prepared, bro. And I had already done my All Valley, All State auditions months ago.
Yeah.
So I just kind of half-assed did what I remembered.
Okay.
Literally, I played a couple seconds, and I still remember Tom Bird, who is still the classical guy there now. He's the professor there. He goes, okay, that's enough. We can move on. And then he had me do like a mallet thing, and 5 seconds into it. Okay, I think we've seen enough. They didn't even let me get on timpani, bro.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so it went by it probably was different, but my memory everything happened so quick. I was in there for 2-3 minutes.
Yeah, prior to that, did they inform you of hey, these are what these institutions are looking for in regards to an audition? They didn't tell you there's no education in that.
It wasn't. Here's the thing about me being a dumb 18-year-old. I didn't research that. Because I had done these other auditions, or because I had done the Berkeley audition, I was like, oh, I'm just going in here to play drum set. I don't even, in my mind, I wasn't even thinking about a snare drum or mallet or timpani. Mm-hmm. So I was just like, I'm going to try and figure out how to do this and swing and understand how to play in a trio, quartet, quintet, whatever, which is what I did. Mm-hmm. I played with the faculty, with the jazz faculty. And Jeff Helmer, who was the main guy of the jazz program at that time, came out, told my mom, he's like, man, he's got a really good chance of getting in. We just have to see what his the outcome of his classical audition. And that's when I started freaking out. Damn. It's like, fuck. fuck? What do I do? You know?
Right. So obviously you don't get into the school. And
yeah, for the first year, dude.
And you wanted to become are you familiar with Seinfeld?
I didn't watch a lot of Seinfeld.
All right,
growing
this
up.
joke's not going to land. I was going to make a joke about you wanting to be a marine biologist, and so did George Costanza. It's a whole thing.
Oh, well, I do know that. Okay, so I do know that. Yes, yeah.
But what made you want to become a marine biologist?
So I grew up hunting and fishing. So I grew up on a ranch with my older cousin, who is an actual hunting and fishing guide. So I spent a lot of time out there. And environmental scientist, marine biologist is what that was a goal of mine at one point. So I was like, well, you know what? If music isn't going to be a thing, let me do this.
Yeah.
And I think I'd be happy doing something like this later on in life.
Okay.
And also, the great white shark is my favorite animal of all time. So if I could do something with marine biology, I have a pathway to get to where I want to go to work with great whites.
Okay.
And I still will free dive with great whites soon. That's a goal of mine that will happen at one point. And I actually just saw a video of who's the guy on 60 Minutes? Is the dude with silver hair?
Anderson Cooper.
Anderson Cooper. So in 2013 or 2014, there's a video of him scuba diving with great whites. He is shitting bricks underwater.
Yeah.
But it's crazy. If he can do that, I can 100% do that. But and have a blast. I'm not gonna be scared. I'm ready to go.
It's a big ass wild animal.
Yeah, dude,
that
12 feet.
Snap you in half in a heartbeat.
I can't wait.
Why?
I don't know, dude. I feel for some reason I've always had a connection to it. My dad played my dad's favorite movie is Jaws. So I grew up watching that. All my cousins, we all watched Jaws. I remember watching Jaws. I think it was at my grandfather's house. We were all together. What I remember, that's like, maybe I'm just replaying it in my head, but it's such a big moment for me. I was like, I want to do that. That's awesome. There's so many things that I saw on screen when I was a kid. I was like, I want to do that. I want to do that. And now I actually have the ability to get to do those
Absolutely,
things.
Yeah. You have the connections.
So I want to do it. If there's anybody out there that can take me,
fucking be safe.
Yeah. No, we're good. It'll be fun.
So as you're going through this course, you find out that it's not for you. What didn't you like about it?
And it wasn't even that.
Oh, okay.
I enjoyed my freshman year.
Yeah.
I was in a freshman orientation group or interest group. That's what it's called. It's called a FIG. But I had 13 other kids that we were taking all the classes together, kind of because UT is such a big school. They've made these programs where you can take these bigger, like 500 person classes with the same 14 people. So you're going around, and I enjoyed studying bio. Bio, I got an A in biology.
I mean, that doesn't surprise me.
With kids that are doctors now, that some of them didn't get an A. I just enjoyed it that much.
Yeah.
You know?
All right.
So I had a blast, but at one point I was sitting in calculus with my buddy Steve, who I think actually is a doctor now. He was probably one of the smartest kids I think I've ever met in my life. He aced everything in calculus, and there was one point where I was like doing some what was to him super easy shit, and I just couldn't get it. So at that point I was like, you know what? I don't think I need to be here. I dropped the class, and I used that class as my practice session every day to re-audition.
Okay.
So that was my mindset after that. It's like, I loved all the science courses. The calculus course, I said, fuck that. I'm gonna go practice timpani. I'm gonna go practice mallets until my next audition.
Okay.
And then I did that for 3 months.
Wow.
And then re-auditioned in December.
Were you practicing in the school? I'm sure they had. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know what the rules were, but I had told somebody, I think, that I was planning on re-auditioning in the at the end of the fall semester.
Okay.
And if I could use the practice rooms, and they were like, "Yeah, go ahead."
And so you re-audition. What happens after that?
Yeah, I got in. It was amazing. It's like so this is I don't think I've ever told this story on any podcast, but I've told people that are really close to me. This was a huge God moment in my life. Like, it was a big pivotal thing. It was like, this is what I came here to do. Mm-hmm. I remember on the day of the audition, I was living in Jester West at the time, and I made it was a super cold morning, and when you're walking through the 40 acres is what they call it. Right by the stadium, there's the stadium, and there's like a pathway that goes up to the music school. That's like kind of a wind turbine area where it's like if it's cold, the wind's just smacking you. Yeah. And I didn't have a jacket on. I was super cold. I was walking. I was in my emotions too. So I get up to right outside of the music school, and I'm sitting I'm standing under this tree, and I remember just like looking up to God. And I was like, I don't know. I don't know if I'm supposed to be here. Like, give me a sign. I'm doing my best to do this as best as I can. Right? You like, take my hands. You lead the way. Yeah. I remember praying that, and I was listening to "Let Go and Let God" by Dwayne Woods. Okay. Like that song just kind of came up, and I started crying. I was like, all right, this is what I need to do. So I went in. I did the audition. And as best as I could, and turns out like that. I think they called me that afternoon. They told me I was in, and that was like my moment. It was like, God, thank you. Yeah. You've showed me that I'm supposed to be here in this exact moment.
Was that a moment that you realized that God is real?
There's been more. Okay. There's been other situations where I've known that God is real.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Before that moment.
Okay. But this moment was, am I supposed to be doing this for the rest of my life? And he answered my prayer. You know what I mean? Man. Yeah. It's like if you truly believe that's what it is, and if you truly everybody believes in what they believe in. Sure. This was a moment that settled me, because I was, man, what am I gonna do? All this stuff. And he gave me the answer. And if you got to be doing the work as well. Sure. That's the big thing. And some, that was that moment for me.
Okay. What happened after that? You go into the school, and then what?
I did the program in 3 years.
Okay. What'd you graduate with?
I graduated with a bachelor's degree in jazz performance. I think that's what it was. But I got to study with Wayne Salzman, who was the drum set instructor at the time. And I ended up doing the program in 3 years instead of 4. Like I took care of all of whatever classes so I was still taking summer classes at that time too. Yeah. So I was just focusing on music stuff during the school year.
God, man of conviction. That's awesome.
Yeah,
at such an early age too.
I think it was the fact that I started super late. This is all I wanted to do, and I just didn't do anything else but that. Yeah. And I would sleep in the practice rooms. They would come in like at 11:30, knock on the door, and I'd be like, all right, cool, I'm coming out, and I'd turn off the light. And before that would even happen, I'd pull in one of the green couches. So they have like these old dirty green couches, and I would pull one into the drum set room on the 6th floor. And when that would happen, they knock on the door or whatever. Sometimes they have a key and they open to see if anybody's there. I would turn off the light and hang behind the door. So if she did do that, she couldn't see me. So she would close it, and then I would.
Fucking scary,
dude. I know. This woman.
Texas. What if she was armed?
No, well, no. She's like a.
I know.
It was just hilarious because she would come in and I would see the door open, and she'd go, "Okay, cool. There's nobody in here." She'd close it. So I'd wait for an hour, let her do her whatever rounds that she was doing, and I would like take a little nap on the green couch, and then once I let time pass, I would just practice again till the morning.
So you're in the musical capital of the world.
Yeah.
Were you already making connections in the city with other musicians?
I was.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did you go about that?
Well, going to a music or going to school in a city where you see yourself in, it just kind of happens naturally.
Right. Okay.
And so I was told that by John Riley. My freshman year of college, I went to New York, and I took a couple lessons with some guys out there, and John Riley was one of the guys. And I had asked, I had wanted to study with him for a long time. I mean, he's just a jazz, drum set teacher who's taught literally everybody. Yeah. Probably one of my favorites is Mark Giuliano. Mark Giuliano spent a lot of time with him, who I've lucky enough have been able to study with him as well. But he told me, when you're looking for a school, look for a school that you see yourself working in past school, because the guys who you're going to school with will become your best friends, and you will be in those musical situations post college when you start to work. And it made perfect sense, man. I met my best friend Andrew Schindler and a couple other guys there that we still play together now, but we were working together junior, senior, and then into our like whatever the beginning of the careers were.
And after you graduate, what year did you graduate?
2015. May 2015.
What was the plan after that? Did you have a plan?
So all I wanted to do was play drums.
Right.
But I didn't have an opportunity to just support myself with drums. So what I did was, so I moved in with three of my homies, Marshall Lowry, Andrew Schindler, and John. Why am I forgetting Johnny's name right? It doesn't matter. He's a homie, and I love him very much. We moved into a house across the highway from the Irwin Center, which is no longer a thing, which is crazy.
R.I.P. Yeah, I know.
I was I was driving around campus, and I saw a help wanted sign or some sort of like, hey, we're hiring at Tiff's Treats.
Oh, okay.
So I went to apply at Tiff's Treats for a part-time job, and I got it pretty quickly. And what was cool about this is that my manager at the time was he was like a part-time musician. Oh. So he'd been working for Tiff's Treats for a long time, worked his way up for a couple of years, became manager of the central location, which is on campus. Okay. And I told him, I was like, look, man, I don't want to do this for the rest of my life. I want to be a musician. I'm a drummer. I play at night. This is just a part-time job to support me so that this can be my main thing. Yeah. And he was like, dude, you know what? That's awesome. I play guitar. I play once a month, whatever. So we started talking about that. And he's like, as long as you communicate with me on the days that you play, we can work out the schedule since you are a part-time job.
That's great.
And I never had any problems at all. And I think I worked there for a little over 2 years. Yeah. And I got all my friends jobs there too that were musicians. My ex-fiance, I got her a job there. Three of my really good drummer friends, got them jobs there. Like, everybody was through or worked at Tiff's Treats for a little while. Yeah. And it was awesome, man. I love that job.
Shout out Tiff's Treats.
Tiff's Treats.
Yeah. Supporting the local music
You know what's
community.
cool about that job, dude?
The fact that you didn't get in a fucking pound because you're so skinny.
Yeah, well, I would. I don't think I could ever be fat, even if I wanted to. I could be super unhealthy.
Must be nice, Mike. Must be nice.
Well, it's my dad, dude. It's my dad's genes. The Gonzales genes are fucking everybody's. It just is what it is. My grandfather.
Do you even eat at all?
Dude, I eat a lot. It's actually crazy. So I have to eat even more. I have to eat even more now because of my workout schedule.
Right.
Yeah,
because you're a High Rocks workout.
That's
you're a High Rocks athlete.
That's exactly right.
What was the cool thing about that job that you said?
So they give every employee you have the opportunity to take home 6 dozen cookies a week.
That's a problem.
6 dozen.
That's a problem in my household. My wife brings home a bag of chips. It's gone. It's gone. The hour. Yeah,
me too.
I consume it.
Absolutely. So what I would do is I would bake 2 to 3 dozen cookies and bring them home to the homies. And dude, I wouldn't even get cookies at the crib because all my guys were eating them before I could get home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I had to sneak some before I even took them home because once they're at the crib, they're all gone. And I would actually, it was cool because I would bring them to rehearsals. Like we'd have rehearsals at the house. I'd be like, "Yo, Cookie Man here," and I'd have a bunch of Tiff's Treats cookies, and it's great. I got them for birthdays. I'd take them to as Friendsgiving, whatever.
Great, yeah.
Yeah, it was super awesome, man.
You become the life of the party if you're bringing Tiff's Treats.
Absolutely, dude. That was also a cool thing. So I started off in the kitchen there. So I was making like $11 an hour, some bullshit. Yeah. Working only in the kitchen. But I found out that if you became a delivery driver, you make and keep the tips on top of that.
Oh, nice.
So even if you're making $9 an hour, you could potentially get a $10 tip and have like $19-$20.
Did you have to use your own car? Or
you did, and that's what I love.
Oh, okay.
I love that.
Really?
So hell yeah, dude.
Okay, why?
Because like I'm just also, it's my car. I know the way it works. I was listening to podcasts. I was listening to music. Like I was also studying, listening to stuff that I needed to learn for gigs.
Oh, okay.
So I could potentially be doing both things at the same time.
But did Tiff's have the cars available?
They didn't when I first started.
Because
they did afterwards.
Yeah. All right.
So after I think I'd been driving for maybe a couple months, and then they started implementing their own cars. And I always hated taking those cars. Those cars were trash, bro. Trash.
Why? No CD
just
player, no aux
well,
player?
it was just they were tiny little vehicles, and like I just know you have an affinity for your own things.
Sure.
So I was like driving my own shit around, like it was easy.
All right, fair. So you progress through TIFFs, treats, you start earning income, but when was the first time you realized, okay, I can quit TIFFs, treats, and I can just make a living off of playing drums?
Yeah.
You remember, when did that moment happen?
That was at the end of 2017.
Nice.
Through Moontower, actually.
Okay. Right.
So Moontower asked my buddy Nate and Andrew. We were putting together a boy band, cover band for the company.
Okay.
And it was called PDA, which a lot of guys that you've had on this couch have been through the PDA.
And it's all come through Zach Morgan. My God, that guy does so much for the community, and he's put me in situations that I just can never repay back.
Shout out Zach.
Yes, shout out Zach.
So funny enough, like Zach took over after all four of us left. So it was Matt Weatherly, Nate Villegas, Andrew Schindler, and me. We were the first four to do that band, and then as the band portion. Yeah. You know, each one of us had, like, Nate and Andrew had the biggest or like the heaviest of the responsibilities, but all four of us made the initial tracks for that band. Okay. Like, we recreated what was on the record to put as the backing tracks for those bands. And when I got, funny enough, like, I played one show with them. We did a Cedar Street thing. And I remember
Cedar Street. Why does that sound so?
It's it's on 4th Street where the gay district is.
Yeah.
It's the bar that goes kind of down.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Sorry. I had okay. Yeah. Got it.
So after that night, it was kind of crazy. I'm sure people fucking know this story or whatever. Amos comes up to me afterwards, and I wasn't supposed to be the drummer in this band. Yeah. But the guy who did it, or who was supposed to be, couldn't make it. So I was a part of that building process. Yeah. So I played the gig, and then Amos came up to me and was like, "Here's your check for $200. We don't need your services anymore." And I was like, "What the fuck?" And Nate and Andrew came to my rescue. They were like, "Yo, what are you talking about? He's got to be the guy. He's got to be the guy." Mm-hmm. And the other drummer, who's actually a good friend of mine, was like, "Hey, man, just so you know, like, I had nothing to do with this. Like, I want you to be a part of this group." And he had my back. Yeah. And I didn't get... There was a couple gigs after that I didn't play, but I don't know. I don't know what it was. Amos had a different idea of what that was supposed to be, and Nate and Andrew like finally convinced him to let me be the guy. Okay. And that's how that became a thing. So like we just started playing gigs like every week at Cedar Street. We started playing these other things and just making like $100 for 3 hours or some shit like that. Tough. It was tough, but dude, those experiences of like creating the tracks, creating these arrangements that are like live pop arrangements, like that was study for us. Mm-hmm. That's why, like, Andrew's out here like touring with Ray, and Nate's touring with I forget his name, the Korean artist, Keshi. Okay. And so like, I mean, but like professional touring around the world. Yeah. Doing what we did in those like years. You
were getting on the job experience and getting paid.
Man. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It was, I mean, with all the bullshit that happened with me in Moontower, whatever. Those specific years were a heavy study for all of us.
They gave you the experience and prepared you.
It 100% did. Sure. Because we put the work in, and also all four of us, we held each other accountable to get good. Yeah. You know what I mean?
What do you think made those sets of individuals, your friends, like, what gave you the confidence, or not even the confidence, the work ethic to do that?
They had it. That's why we were friends. Okay. We all had the same mentality of wanting to do something great and wanting something better for ourselves. Like each and every one, which is why they're all doing it right now. Yeah. They're touring the fucking world, playing arenas everywhere.
It's not luck.
It's not luck, dude. We all had the same mentality, and we all pushed each other. Yeah. And everybody's doing it. Okay. It was really cool to be in that group at that time. And we're still homies, man. Yeah. Like it's great. Every time we're together, it's like time that hasn't even passed. And Andrew lives in LA now. Nate's got a family doing his own touring thing.
Right.
Like, I never really get to see. Well, actually, next week I might actually get to see Andrew because we're flying to LA next week. And spending a week there. Hopefully, Andrew and Tori get to come to the game. Well, we're gonna spend time. I get to spend time with my best friend.
Sure, yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
So when you're kind of hustling through this period, was there anything you sacrificed that you couldn't do anymore? Whether it be you couldn't go out to eat as much, or you couldn't go to all the concerts that you wanted to.
I wasn't really worried about doing anything else but those things.
That's right.
Right. I was practicing every day, and so right before I get that, so I was living in that house with Marshall, Johnny, and Andrew, and I was practicing upstairs in my room. Mm-hmm. And then I got an opportunity I got a call from a band called Cilantro Boombox to play drums in this band.
Name.
It was awesome, man. And I met a percussionist there. He was like, "Hey, man, I actually have a practice spot on the east side. It's my shed that I practice every so often, but I kind of need help paying the rent. Would you be interested in having a practice spot and putting your stuff here and helping me pay?" And at first I was like, man, I don't know. I don't really know. Whatever.
Yeah.
But he convinced me. He's like, dude, just come check it out. I think you might dig it. So I went in 2016, June of 2016, I went. And he was like, here's the key. Here's what you would pay. He made me pay $60 a month.
A month.
It's a 10 by 20, no air conditioned, cinder block room, which now I call the shed, is my thing. As soon as he opened the door, I was like, I gotta fucking have this. I gotta be in here. And it's $60 a month. I could afford that with all the money that I was making with Tiff Streets.
Okay.
So I was like, all right, cool. I can practice 24/7. It's there's a gate, so you have to know a code or whatever. And I don't have to bother anybody. I don't have to stop playing at fucking 10:30 because Andrew's got to go to sleep. I don't fucking have to do that.
Yeah.
And I've been there since June of 2016, and I'm coming up on 10 years at this place, bro.
Hell yeah.
It's my spot. I'll never leave. It's awesome. Since I've been a professional musician, that has been my practice spot.
Is it owned by someone else, or
it's owned by a whole lumber company?
Okay.
But it's called Eastside Storage.
Do you think there would be a potential for where you could actually buy it out and own it? No. Okay.
No, I don't think so. It's like the whole thing is owned by them, and I don't know if I could buy the actual unit.
Because never say never.
Well, they don't make money after that.
Okay, well,
you know what I mean?
That's true.
It's not super I'm not giving them $1,000 a month, so it's not crazy money, but it's still money a month.
Yeah, that's true.
So I could potentially ask him and be like, hey, look, I've been here for 10 years.
I've been loyal.
And the guy before me had been there for 10 years before that. So this has been a drum room that kind of a lot of drummers in town and from out of town have been in and out of this place, which is it's really cool.
That's a very cool, nostalgic story to tell. And that's awesome. How do you regiment your practice?
I do 4 hours every day, no matter what.
Okay.
So an hour,
consecutively, or are you breaking it up?
Okay. I break it up.
All right.
So what a normal? I'll just take you through a Kill Tony Monday. So because this is the busiest day of the week, I guess.
Yeah.
So I wake up at 6:30. I go work out at 7 a.m. At Correct. I come back, eat. Maybe I'll take a nap, 30, 45 minutes, maybe not, depending on what I had done the day before. This past week, I did 2 workouts on Sunday, so I definitely had to take a nap. After I took a nap, got up, I ate, and I practiced for an hour and a half on the pad, which is, I think you've seen the red videos that I do every day. I have to do an hour to an hour and a half on a pad every day, no matter what. Then I'll eat again. Then I'll go straight to my drum shed, and that's when I do consecutive. Because it's a Monday and I have to be at the mothership at 4:45, 5. Mm-hmm. I'll get to my shed around 12:45, 1, and I'll do 3 hours straight. Or sometimes 3.5 because I don't have to leave there till 4:30. Okay. So I'm just there for 3.5 hours at the most. Pack up all my shit, head to the mothership. So that's what a normal practice day is. And if let's say on a Thursday, I have run club on Thursday at 7 a.m., which I coach with my High Rocks partner, Ashley Robert, who's an incredible athlete, incredible person. After I do run club, go take a shower, take a nap, eat, do the same thing, practice for an hour and a half on my pad. Then I'll go and do 2 hours, come back, eat. I'll do another hour, maybe 2. So like Thursdays, I have the potential to get 5 or 6 hours in of practice if I wanted to. Or I may or may not do another workout in the afternoon. Just depends. And then I play with the homies from 11 to 2 a.m.
Oh, you're at We the Homies at
That's right. At
Continental
the Continental Gallery upstairs. Yep. Every Thursday night.
Yeah, I've been wanting to go to one of those shows.
You got to. It's late, dude. I try to bring so many people out. They're like, man, I don't know.
Just take a nap before. That's what I do. Anytime.
Well, people's work. Like I always forget that people don't have my schedule.
Yeah, I know.
People work at fucking 6, 7 a.m.
Yeah, it is a tough look when my wife comes home early from like a 14-hour day and I'm just sitting on the couch playing video games. She's like,
is she a nurse?
Yeah, she's a nurse.
How did I know? Dude, also, do you and your wife watch The Pit on HBO?
We can't. Well,
she can't?
She can't because it's
too real.
It is very.
Dude, it's so fucking good.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's so good.
And man. I can't watch it because I'm like, this is what you do all day? And she's like, kinda. And like, okay, well, now I always understood how stressful her job was, but that show just brought it to the forefront of my face. And like, this is how awesome your wife is. When she wants to sleep all day, just fucking let her sleep all day.
100%, dude.
So, 100%. Yeah.
Man, honestly, like I like those things. Everything that happens in there is like, I actually told a friend of mine who used to be in EMS, like, I want to get, CPR certified. Like I want to have some sort of emergency experience because I don't know, man. Like I want to be that guy in a situation.
Sure.
To understand, like, if nobody else knows it, I got this. But like that show is so fun. All that to say, everybody in the medical industry, like, we applaud you, dude, because it's heavy.
Yeah,
it's so heavy.
It really is. It's just it's tough to understand how the economics of a hospital works when these individuals are doing something that not everyone can do, and they're actually helping change people's lives, and it also
saving people's lives.
Yeah,
man.
And it centers me in, like, if I fuck up on a video, I just think about my wife who's like dealing with real life situations.
Yeah.
And if she makes a mistake, well, then that can lead to dire consequences, where if I make a mistake, no big deal. So I definitely use her influence on me as like, yeah, there's other people who are doing way harder things. So chill out, Ramon. It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah. It put things into perspective,
it did.
You know?
It did. It really did. And I could go off on so many different tangents about what she does and how important her job is. But
that's awesome, man. That's congrats to her, dude.
Yeah,
She's working really hard, saving lives. That's really cool.
So how many calories are you eating in a day? Like on a,
I don't.
Okay, what food are you eating in a day? What did you eat this past month? Yesterday
I ate 3 meals. I'm gonna give a shout out right now because these are homies that really take care of me.
Yeah.
My Fit Foods over on 38th and Lamar, I go and buy their protein meals.
Okay.
So they're ready-made meals. You just put them in the microwave.
Right.
And every meal that I eat has 50 grams or more of protein.
Okay.
So, and I eat 3 or 4 times. What I've been eating recently, I'm a creature of habit. If I like one thing, I'm just going to continue to eat that.
Sure.
So they have this one taco bowl that's incredible, and I just eat that 2 or 3 times a day. My sister actually made pasta last night, so I had my last meal of the day, which was at 2 a.m. because I got home at 2 a.m. from my practice session. I ate just a bowl of protein pasta and then had 2 protein blueberry muffins.
Okay, so sounds like you're eating sufficiently.
I'm trying to. Actually, I just did an ultra marathon in April, at the beginning of April. I came back. I had severe IT band syndrome in my left knee, so mad pain on the outside. So I ran 33 miles of the 50 miles from Los Angeles to Las Vegas in the worst pain cave I've ever been in my life. So when I got back, I wasn't able to run. So all I did, I'm training for Murph right now, which is a CrossFit workout.
Yeah, it is. What is it? 1 mile, 100 pull-ups,
200
push-ups, 300 squats, and then
another mile at the top.
You're gonna do it
with
weighted
with 20
you're
pounds.
Gonna do it weighted?
Oh yeah.
Have you done it before weighted?
I have last year.
I've only done it once without it being weighted, and it was the worst fucking workout I've ever done in my entire life.
And then at 20 pounds, you're like,
I never
want to
do it again.
Yeah. So this year I have a goal of doing it sub 1 hour. So like when I got back from that ultra marathon, I was still hurt, couldn't run. I was just primarily doing like all upper body stuff.
Yeah.
Like curated towards Merv, and I was eating 3, maybe sometimes 4 or 5 times a day, and then doing those amount of reps with this.
Right.
Dude, I gained 3 pounds, and I know that sounds fucking ridiculous, dude, but for me, that's crazy. Yeah. That's crazy. Adding 3 pounds for a skinny guy who's been, I graduated 128 of high school. I'm 137 and a half, 138 right now. I feel fucking strong, dude. So once I get to 140, that's like that's my goal.
That's when you call yourself obese?
For me at least, because I know I have the perfect amount of strength and speed. Yeah. I can keep my speed if I'm at 140 and still be able to like put massive numbers up with the 20-pound vest. And still be able to fucking run circles around people with the 20 pounds. That's what I want to do. So the goal for this year,
you, Mike. Just put the mic down. You can leave now.
The goal for this year for Murph is I want to get some like sub 1 hour with the 20-pound vest. I've never done that before.
Are you doing it across the gym or
I'm doing it at Correct. At Correct we're having this huge like Murph party for Memorial Day and in honor of Memorial Day, obviously.
Right.
But we'll have different times for people that are doing it without the vest, different times for people that are doing it with, or if you just want a fun fucking workout to come get after it with your friends, which is, to some people, you're like, get the fuck out of here right now. I'm not doing that bullshit.
I think we're going to be golfing on that day. So,
great.
Yeah.
Also great. But yes, so that's the goal for that.
All right. Well, I hope you do well.
Hey, thanks.
And I hope your knees survive.
I hope so too. I've only run, the farthest I've been able to run recently is 2 miles without pain, and then after the 2 miles of pain starts. So it's going to be a slow process to build that mileage back up.
Yeah.
But I can still do upper body and short quick runs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Cool. So you're working your way through Austin as a drummer.
Yeah.
When did the call for Kill Tony come about?
Post-COVID. And
so
it wasn't even a call. Like I didn't get a call. I was living with my ex-fiance at the time. This is all throughout COVID.
Yeah.
So I moved in with her in January of 2020. We lived all through COVID together. Then Rogan decides to move to Texas in the summer of 2020.
He had done a few shows during the pandemic here at
That's
Stubbs.
right.
I think
Stubbs with Dave Chappelle.
Yep.
So at the end of that year, Texas kind of opens up a little bit. Gary Clark starts doing in December of 2020. Gary Clark did a week of shows at Antone's, and Rogan brought Tony and I think Red Band to one of those shows, I believe. And that's where Tony met Jon.
Okay.
So that's where the initial meet came. So it's like, hey man, I'm moving to Austin. I have this podcast. My band's not coming with me. Can you put something together? Right? So Jon actually calls the Michael Hale trio at the beginning.
Okay.
So it's Michael on drums, Jimmy Blazer, and him. And literally the day before, this was January 4th was the Monday. January 3rd, I kid you not, I'm taking a shit in my restroom. My fiance is outside, like we're doing whatever she wasn't my fiance at the time. My girlfriend at the time was in the room, whatever. And I look at Jon's Instagram, and the poster for the very first Kill Tony in Austin came up. And I literally texted him right away because I'm a huge comedy fan. Yeah. I already knew what this was. Yeah. I've been a comedy fan since I was a kid. So when I saw Kill Tony's like, and he posted, I was like, bro, messaged him, are you playing this show? Like, do you know what this is? And he goes, yeah, I don't really know what it is, but I swear to God. Swear to God.
No.
He's like, I don't really know what this is, but we are playing. And I was just like, dude, do you mind if I come and like help you tech your shit? And he goes, nah, fuck that, dude. Bring your percussion. Come play. Okay. Nobody's getting paid, so just come and hang. So it just another kind of divine moment. If I wasn't taking a shit, wiping my ass at that one time, I would have never seen that. Do you know what I mean?
No, yeah, I know.
That's crazy when you think about it. And then so he's like, yeah, come on down. Come. God's plan, baby. I'm telling you, dude, it was super weird.
Okay.
So I go the next day and I play the first 2 shows.
Where was it at?
Anton's.
Okay.
Yeah, I played the first 2 shows.
Was it at their new location or was it on the east side? Because I know where was the location at?
It's right here on 5th, across from the Westin.
All right, so same location.
The same location that it is now.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I just did the first two episodes in Austin on Perk with Jon. And then I think something happened where Michael and Jimmy ended up taking a gig or something like that. But the Monday of the 18th, on the 3rd week, Jon calls me. He's like, hey, bring your drums. You're playing drums tonight. And I was like, fuck yeah. Okay, cool. I know how this goes. Let's figure it out.
Any money being thrown your way or just come?
Not yet.
Okay.
This was still like very beginning of everything. And then he calls D Madness.
You're getting paid in exposure, literally.
At the time it wasn't getting as many views as it is now. But
you didn't know.
None of us knew at the time. Sure. I just knew that I liked comedy. I knew all the guys that were coming through. I was like, yes, I want to do this. So he calls Matt Muelling and D Madness for that night, January 18th, 2021. And Tony loved that night so much that he came up to us like, you're my band from now on.
What did he tell you what he liked about it?
I think it was just the vibe, dude. Like it was just the thing. You know, and we also like Matt and I had been playing in a bunch of different bands, or like we had experience playing. I had obviously had experience with Jon playing with. So Jon actually hired me to play Perk with Gary.
Okay.
The year before in 2019, before the pandemic started. So Jon and I really got close playing with the Peterson brothers. Like we played with the Peterson brothers for a long time, and I continued after he got the music director gig with Gary. Okay. So Jon he's the big bro. He's the GOAT. He's the one that put all this shit together, for all of us.
When you're going into these first shows, is there a run of show? Is there a set list? Is there what are you guys doing to help facilitate a good show for Kill Tony?
I mean, at the beginning, we were just kind of figuring it out. We kind of based it on like what a Tonight Show would be like. Okay. Play people up, play people down. Yeah. Laugh, like do whatever. I don't. I love comedy, so I was just like trying to take it all in. Like Tim Dillon was coming in, Mark Norman was coming in, Ari Shaffir was coming in, like all these guys that I knew, and I think Rogan was one of the first guests too. And I actually have a picture from the very first time Rogan even came on. And I was like, this is fucking crazy. Yeah. And there was like the tables were 6 feet apart, and
so there was no. Were you guys planning on, hey, we need to play these songs, or we're just gonna jam for?
I mean, we kind of just jammed. That's what was cool about it. Jon is such a improvisational master. Yeah. That if you have your ears and eyes open, and we're all friends, we're homies off of the stage. Yeah. So if you have that chemistry coming on the stage, like, I mean, yeah, we play Stevie Wonder and we do, play soul and funk and shit like that, but. Right. It kind of ended up just becoming this improvisational thing that was great that we still do today. Yeah. That's all of the Kill Tony band stuff has come from improvisations of a pre-show. Got it. Together.
Yeah. So Tony says you're the band. What happens after that? What does that mean to you, essentially?
I don't. Well, that's funny. Nobody's ever asked me that. I was I got something that I get to do every week that I really love. Right. This is going to become a thing. We don't know what it's going to become. Yeah. But we're the people now. We're the guys.
Yeah. Was there any talk, and we don't have to get into specific numbers, but there was there like, okay, this is, you immediately obviously say yes, right? Mm-hmm. was it after the fact? They're like, wait, we got to work out a budget. There's
Not really, man. Okay. All of that came naturally. It came organically.
Got it. Okay.
You know, after a while, he did started giving us like gas money and be like, hey, man, like here's what we can give, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
And then it just progressed after that.
Okay.
And then, funny enough, like every time Tony gets canceled, we either move to a different venue or the show just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. It's crazy. Like that was the natural progression of where the show is right now.
Yeah. So you went to Antone's, and then was it Vulcan next? Okay.
And then the Mothership.
And then do you remember the timeline of when the Mothership was being built?
Yeah, it was in 2022 because we our first show at the Mothership was South by week of 2023.
Okay.
That was the very first show. And that, funny enough, like that very first show, it was Bert Kreischer and I see her face. Whitney Cummings. So it was them two, Bert and Whitney.
Okay.
And so the layout that you see now on the Mothership stage wasn't the layout of the very first episode. They had us to the left, like they had us against the brick wall. Mm-hmm. Dude, the guys that were helping build the Mothership, or like the stage, built me this giant platform. Like legit, I needed a step ladder to sit on, or to even put my drums on the platform. Yeah. It was fucking crazy. And they had us against a brick wall, and like the whole situation was crazy. They wanted it to be like the Roots, or nobody wanted it to be like, but that's kind of what the vibe was. Like, yeah. Like the Roots on Jimmy Fallon, where it's across the way, they're never in the screen, and people, like the fans, did not fucking like that at all. They were like, "Where's the band? We can't see anybody," and they would pan over, and we were there, and then go back.
That doesn't seem like
the very next day. They're like, they abandoned that idea. The very next week, they abandoned that idea, and we all just kind of fit on the stage.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's how that like became a thing. It was so crazy because a couple of us had wanted to do a sound check before, because everybody was going to be busy. John and Matt were running around playing because it was South by, so everybody had gigs, and we weren't going to be able to make
it's a nightmare to be in South by
on 6th Street.
Yeah. It's a shit show. It's a shit show on any given night there, but on South by, it's like 10x.
Absolutely. So nobody was able to make a good sound check. And it was just that first one was pretty wild. And then, you learn, you pick it up the next week, and then we've got it dialed now, but it took a little bit at the beginning. Yeah.
So when did you know that this was a really big thing?
Like I said, all of this has just kind of been organic, and because we've all just have become a family, that we get told this.
Yeah.
And it just like, I don't want to make it seem like it's just another gig, but mentally I have to keep myself there.
Yeah.
So because I know how far it reaches. Mm-hmm. I've met so many people, dude, so many people that come from Ireland, Italy, Australia, don't even have tickets. They come specifically to stand in the standby line at Kill Tony. They may or may not get a ticket, dude.
Yeah.
They've flown all this way. They spent thousands of dollars just to get to the venue.
Right.
And then every now and then I get to meet them. He's like, dude, I was the last one to get in, blah, 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 blah. And I get to hear these things, and it's so fucking awesome that people do that. Yeah. And it's like, the least I could do is give them a hug, talk to them for a little bit, like sign a stick, take a pic, whatever.
Right.
But seeing those things is like, man, this thing is fucking huge.
Yeah.
But we still got to do our job, and we do it really well because we've been doing it and it wasn't just 0 to 100. Like we worked our way up, and I think that was a necessary part of this whole thing.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. So in my career, like you get a job, and then it's almost like, great, I'll believe it when the paycheck comes. Right. At any point, I feel like a job could be pulled away from me. So
for sure.
I've become, in a sense, this might not be the right word, but I become jaded for every job that comes my way, because I'm like, all right, well, what do we need to do? What do we need to accomplish? Did you ever feel like this could be pulled away from me at any moment?
It actually can. In my position, we have these things called Mexican drum offs that like some guy could potentially take my job.
I heard about this on Rick Diaz's podcast
with Rick.
Just on
I fucking love
ago.
Rick. Shout out Rick.
You talked a little bit about it, but go ahead and explain it again.
Yeah, so what a Mexican drum off is a guy comes up, does a minute of stand up. If he says he plays drums, he gets to battle me for my spot.
Yeah.
You know? And that dude also like
fucked up.
I'm a competitive guy.
Sure, I heard about
I
that.
don't look at drums and music in a competitive way. So like this is a thing where like, all right, cool. I actually could potentially lose my job. Like I'm gonna practice so that doesn't happen.
Yeah. Okay.
Also, I love I love all my homies. I love everybody on there. Most of the guys that come up, like they may or may not have been playing drums, whatever.
Right.
But they're all fans of the show and they want to have an opportunity to play my drums and meet me. So I like whatever it is, I always give them my pair of sticks that, they walk away with something.
Yeah.
Because it does take a lot of like pressure to come up and do that
Hell
shit.
yeah, it does.
So it's like I have chats with them afterwards. Like it's a cool idea, but I take that very seriously, essentially. You know what I mean? I practice a lot. I try to be as prepared as I can for any of the stuff. But when it happens, I was like, all right, cool. Now I'm fighting for my job, and I also want to entertain a crowd.
Sure.
I love it. I have a very unique part in the show.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You're like if somebody says they play guitar, Matt could go, nah, you don't do it. Or here, play guitar, and we could play a song. Now we actually can't play covers anymore because the YouTube has been getting flagged like crazy. So we can't, like, even if we sing like a lyric or two, the whole fucking thing gets demonetized. It's crazy, bro.
That is
it's
wild.
Crazy. Yeah. So we essentially can't do that anymore. It has to be like an original song or whatever.
That alone has got to be scary for at least the editor putting the show together.
For Red Band.
Like, fuck, if I missed this one part and it cost us X amount of dollars just because I missed it. That's some pressure right there. But again, at the end, no one's going to die. You may lose money, but
well, we have a pretty good communication about it. Like he'll tell us, like he'll actually give us a timestamp. It's like, hey, we did this or we did this, and we'll talk about it.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, Brian's great.
But do you live in fear that your job could be taken away?
No. I don't live in fear.
Yeah. Is it because you're constantly practicing?
Even if it wasn't for that, like I just want to be a good drummer anyways. I have a lot of friends that play fucking absolute circles around me. They're my closest friends. You know what I mean? Daniel Watson, Mike Davila. Shout out to Mike, dude. He's out on tour with Ty Myers right now, music director. Like the biggest shows, playing out with
his
with
videos
Combs.
are so fucking
Insane,
cool.
Dude.
Yeah,
they're playing in the round at fucking the Horseshoe in Ohio State, opening up for Luke Combs.
Right. It's wild.
That he's running that shit, bro.
And he's also an awesome videographer. We ran a show
exactly.
together. I'm like, dude, your shit's really
and he's
good.
also a dad, and he's also like a husband, and he's also a runner.
Yeah.
The motherfucker is just a G, bro.
Yeah.
Like he's one of my biggest inspirations, and luckily he's one of my closest friends.
Yeah.
And we get to have conversations about life and about drums and about like being a dad, and like I love him to death. But he also is one of the baddest drummers in town. Charles Reed, Zach Reed, his fucking brother who plays fucking everything. All these guys, man, like they're just incredible musicians, and I get to call them my closest friends. Yeah. So who would I be if I'm not working as hard or harder than them to just be good?
Yeah.
And play my role the best that I can. Mm-hmm. Those guys are I got to do it for the homies around me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's pretty fascinating that you found a circle of friends that continuously pushes you to
100%. Whether they know it or not.
Right. Yeah.
Whether they know it or not. Because they're doing what they're doing, I'm like, yo, I got to do that as hard or harder than them. Because also, like, I did start late, man. I didn't start when I was 2.
Yeah.
I was playing baseball. I was running which is also why I like doing athletics.
Yeah.
I love it. That's the competitive part. You know, we were talking about, like, I don't see music as a competition. I don't. I love this. This is what I do to get better every day. Mm-hmm. But when you see me at the gym and you're going to tell me you're going to beat me in a race, the fuck out of here. You ain't doing that shit.
But, okay. So I will say, I love the fact that you're competing in running. I think that is a objective way to measure performance.
I think so, yeah.
But my thing is with CrossFit, I don't think that's very subjective, because in those professional or what they call professional environments, there's volunteer judges, and
High Rocks is the same. It's a lot of volunteer. I know,
and I feel like High Rocks at least has some sort of understanding that, hey, the sled needs to crosses the line and then the movement is finished or whatever.
Right.
I feel like there's those elements. But when you're talking about like kipping pull-ups and like, I don't know, air squats, that's such a hard thing to judge. It
is, man.
Being competitive in those movements, I'm like, I really don't care. But
did you ever do a CrossFit
Games?
Yeah,
I did CrossFit for 6 years, and now I'm suffering the
do you have injuries
of my knee, dude. My knee is fucked. I've been stretching it out, and it's also due to a lot of sitting. But I feel like CrossFit was, I don't know, it did a lot of damage to my body, which now I wish there was High Rocks. I wish I would have gotten into that, because it seems just more about conditioning and
it's conditioning and strength. Like you still have to be like, that's why I'm trying to be strong also and be a good runner.
But my thing is with my biggest regret in CrossFit was doing kipping pull-ups instead of doing just strict pull-ups.
Right.
Because for 7 years I was doing kipping pull-ups. I could string 30 together, no problem.
Do you see, I can't.
Really? Okay. Good for you.
Awesome. Well, I'm learning how to do that.
Yeah.
Now. Like the gymnastics.
The fact that you're doing strict pull-ups now, that's fucking awesome. That's great.
Thanks.
I wish I would have started that way, because I could have probably knocked out 30 pull-ups now.
Yeah.
Now I'm having to relearn that shit.
Right.
It sucks, and I could do like 4 unbroken.
It's also a very specific skill that you wouldn't necessarily need in anything, unless you're doing that. And that's cool. Like I wanna learn how to do a lot of the gymnastic stuff, like a ring muscle up. Like those are I can do bar muscle ups night and day.
Right.
But you put rings that are you're doing, and there's a certain technique. You got to use a false grip and it's very technical. But I think once you get the technique down, apparently it just kind of happens.
It does. You being an athlete, I'm sure you'll get there.
I hope so. Actually, you know what? I've done one, but I can't string them together.
Yeah. So with all the musicians that are running around circles in regards to drumming, are those individuals that keeps you humble?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I mean, all the guys in the Kill Tony band, bro. Like, I'm so far behind each and every one of them. I'm keeping up every week. Every week.
Okay.
Matt's a literal genius. Jon is like an improvisational master. I tell you, he's always creating. Carlos has the experience that none of us have. Like, he's played with Zach Brown. He's played with all these toured all across the world. Played with so many people. Like his arranging, like horn thing that he does, blah 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 blah, all this stuff. Yeah. And D is the fucking GOAT. You know what I mean?
Yep.
This shit's crazy. So I have a very unique opportunity to be learning from each and every one of these guys. And I don't take that lightly, man. I try to work as hard as I could to like keep on the same level.
Right.
And like on Thursday nights too, man, a guy that I didn't name, Justin Heights, who's I now get to play double drums with him, and I'm learning so much, man. So much. It's a way, like, I used to play percussion in that band, but in order for me to become a better drummer, I got to play drums with them. And we have a unique opportunity where we get to do that and improvise for 3 hours straight. Yeah. That's not a lot of people get to do that. So now getting to learn from Matt, who's across from me, Jon literally running the whole night, and then Justin, one of the baddest motherfuckers in town, like, and I'm just trying to keep up, you know. But then you got to put yourself in those situations to get better.
You have to put yourself in those experiences.
Sometimes I feel like I'm gasping for air, but that's fun, dude. I like that shit.
Do you think with the power of the internet, a lot of things have, made things better, and there's a lot of education sources through the power of the internet? Do you think an individual can, I don't know if this is the right way to phrase it, but do you think you could have gotten to the same place where you are now if you just self-taught yourself with YouTube videos? No. I've spent so many hours with a lot of my, like, taking lessons with a lot of my idols, essentially. And you're still continuing to do that, right?
I still do. Like just recently, last year maybe, I flew to Atlanta to study with Little John Roberts.
Right.
It was just, I want to continue to learn. Like I was just in Denver. I was talking with Adam Deitch from Lettuce. I was supposed to take a lesson with him, but the timing didn't come. Didn't come out.
Yeah.
But like, though I still want to sit in rooms with my favorite guys, man. There's nothing like you can take an online lesson and it's great, and I did that.
Yeah.
Throughout the pandemic, I took online lessons. But there's nothing like sitting in a room, feeling the air hit you from a drum, from what it's supposed to feel like. Mm-hmm. You just and then your ear goes, oh, that's what I'm looking for. Mm-hmm. You can't necessarily get that from a screen. You can kind of get it, but you have to be in that room with them. And like that's I love sitting with my favorite guys, and I've had a lot of opportunities to do that. And I don't, like I said, I don't take that for granted, man. I'm prepared. I record every session, which is really cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. Without those moments, I wouldn't be where I'm at.
Okay.
And I've sat down with Watson, and I sat down with Justin and Mike and Charles and all these guys that are like that. Well, actually, Charles subs for me on Kill Tony. They know who he is. He's actually the drummer on the biggest episode of all time. The presidents is Shane and Adam. So funny enough, none of us know who the guests are, right? Until we walk into the green room.
So you're just as surprised when
absolutely
Shane kills.
So I had no idea that none of us did.
Yeah.
But so I was on tour with Keith Urban playing in Chicago.
No big deal.
I mean, it just is what it is, right? Like
right.
I was playing probably one of my favorite shows that I've ever played, actually, in Chicago that night. And then this happens, and I'm like, yo, fuck yeah, this is great. Because
you weren't like, oh shit, okay,
no, because my buddy got to like who deserves it all.
Yeah, for sure.
He's literally, I put him against any fucking buddy in the world because he just is that talented, dude. Him and his brother, they're blessed by God, dude. It's crazy. You've seen him play. Yeah. You've seen Zach play. But like he got that opportunity. Daniel's been on the show. Like James Atkins, who's another one. Like he doesn't live here anymore. He lives in Dallas. But all these guys get to do this with me. It's a family, man. It's not like I just happen to be the one who like messaged John. That's on the toilet taking a shit.
I mean, there's just so much gratitude that you have for the life that you have. How do you kick out the jealousy? How do you not go into those emotions?
These guys, these guys have taken time to help me progress as not only a drummer but as a human.
Yeah. Okay.
If once that starts to seep in, I'm out.
Okay.
I don't deserve to be in that position anymore.
Sure. Yeah.
Because the position is to help. Like we wouldn't be like even the show wouldn't be where we're at if it's not all the components together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It literally does take a village to do these things.
I think something that I've always struggled with, and I'm getting better about, is the opportunities that are not coming my way. And something that I've reframed my focus on is, well, I need to do better. It's not because I'm the better videographer. Well, actually, I'm not the better videographer because I didn't get the job. Mm-hmm. So one thing that I've been...
That doesn't always correlate.
Right. And I'm just always saying like, all right, back to the drawing board, get better, be more Johnny on the spot when it comes to capturing moments. Like just be better. Yeah. And that has helped alleviated my jealousy for other people that are getting bigger opportunities than me. And so like, I'm just like, all right, be better.
Yeah, that's a tough one, man, because a lot of people fall into those things.
Yeah. Like it's very easy to do.
100%.
Yeah.
Well, also, the big thing is like none of us are owed anything.
That's very true.
If that opportunity wasn't given to you, it's just not for you, man.
Yep.
Like I really trust, specifically because I started so late, and I've had these like God moments in my life where like, if this moment is right for me, then I'm supposed to be here.
Yeah.
Those opportunities will come as long as I continue to do my best and continue to work and continue to just be a good dude and show up with the best energy, show up prepared, show up on time, which I didn't do today. That's on me.
Well, you were taking care of your sister. That's fine.
It's, whatever. I appreciate you. But if you continue to do those things, those opportunities will present itself, and you have to be ready. This is the work that you need to, which seems like you're doing. Like, I got to be better. I got to do all these things. But like, I'm not, if my buddy gets an opportunity of a lifetime, like, who am I to go, oh, bro, fuck that. That's for me. That was, I think, fuck that, dude.
I think it's like not necessarily your friend group, but just other, I don't know, individuals.
That's
you don't worry about it.
I don't worry about
that's
that, man.
Another way.
I only want to worry about what I can, how I can be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Fair.
He got the position. Good for him, man.
Yeah.
Even if I don't know you, fucking great, dude. Awesome.
Right. Good.
Because it's clearly not for me.
Right.
And I like it happens in the entertainment industry all the time because there's so many auditions.
Yeah,
so
and
many
that's
blah, blah,
like,
blah.
yeah, because, you know, that's the things that I hear that come out of LA. It's just, you know, everyone's backstabbing them over there. I'm not naming anyone specific, but that's just like the general.
No, I'm just kidding.
That's what I just hear is like in the entertainment, everyone's stepping over each other to try to get to the top.
Yeah. Texas isn't like that.
Though. No, yeah.
Austin is not like that.
Hopefully, let's keep it that way.
Yeah.
And that's another thing that I'm starting to find out through my own videography community is Eric Booth is another guy that he does the same shit as I do. But I love the guy so much. I introduced myself to him. I'm like, hey man, nice camera, blah blah blah. We started, you know, communicating. I threw him jobs, he throws me jobs.
There you go.
And it's just like, okay, there's enough space for everyone to eat here in Austin. And
absolutely, man.
That's what I'm trying to just hone in on and keep my focus on. Not like, God damn it, why did Eric get that job? I should be at that job.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I'm trying to teach myself and learn. Going back to the Kill Tony show, how do you deal with all those awkward moments?
I love it. It's my favorite. It's my favorite thing in the whole world.
I was live in person at a show. I just
Where'd you go?
Oh, this was 2 years ago, maybe.
We're still at the Vulcan?
No, you were at Comedy Mothership.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's so hard to get tickets online because when they drop, they're like gone in an instant.
Right.
You have to buy them online.
Yeah.
And so I was just so happened to be in Fredericksburg, and for whatever reason, I set an alarm clock. I'm like, all right, they're coming out, and I got 4 tickets randomly. I went, and I'll just say I like watching the clips better because the awkward moments, I just like fucking clam up. How do you like them?
I live for that shit, dude. When a joke doesn't land, I'm the only dumbass laughing in the back because I know it just is what it is, dude. And they go,
I'll sweat just thinking about it. Holy shit.
Or they'll just when that happens, the joke doesn't land. Everybody's just like, what the fuck? And then they immediately go into a next like a completely different joke. Dude, that's the funniest thing to me.
Oh my god,
it's the funniest thing to me because he's just like, okay, here's the next thing, dude. It's and we see the backside of these comedians. So like Carlos and I. And even some of them, like we see the tiny detail intricacies that a lot of the people don't see, even on TV.
Right.
So like you can see their shirt moving because they're shaking.
Yeah.
Or they'll put their hands behind their back and they'll be fiddling with their hands like this.
Do you ever see like sweat just?
Absolutely. We see the craziest shit up there, dude. Like, what the fuck's wrong with the back of his head? Like, just all the, crazy shit.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We have such a different, because sometimes we don't even know what people look like.
Yeah,
coming up.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
That's the Kill Tony show is not for me from a live full on performance, but I love the clips. Funny. Clips are always fun to watch. So, but what has been some of the most surreal moments in your career after Kill Tony? Or like, oh my God, this is happening.
Like as far as a connection to the show, or just
anything in general.
Oh,
like,
dude,
like playing Madison Square Garden and all that shit.
I mean, obviously, we're getting to play some of the most prestigious arenas in the world. Yeah. Like that's insane. But I think to me, man, like Carlos, this is a huge Carlos thing. Carlos put my name out for the Keith Urban thing, and that was obviously came through Kill Tony and came through playing with Grooveline and all this stuff. And getting to play drums, actual drums, for an entire gig with Keith Urban has been one of my favorite musical experiences of all time. And one of the scariest things I think I've ever done.
Good. It should be scary.
It was. It really was. I had to learn 35 songs in 3 days. and legit like put it all together and be confident enough to like throw down with Keith.
How many hours were you dedicating to learning?
I mean, that's all I did. Oh. That's for 3 days. That's all I did. I got called, and I had to miss a Monday for it.
What was the foundation for preparing yourself?
Well,
for that?
so I was already, I had already been doing these smaller gigs with Keith, like,
okay.
But I was playing percussion.
Yeah.
Terrence, why am I forgetting his last name?
Terrence Howard.
No, that's always what comes to my mind. Ah, fuck. Sorry, Terrence. I don't know why I'm forgetting your last name right now. I'll look it up in my phone.
Be better next time.
I know, dude. And he's like a really good friend, and he fought for me on that gig too, because there was a couple like he kept telling Keith, he's like, yo, dude, we gotta take him on tour. Like he's the big bro for real. Mm-hmm. And so like I had already been playing these smaller shows. We've been playing clubs for like 200, 300 people.
So you're familiar with the music.
I was already dude. So this was a full circle moment. My mom's favorite artist is Keith Urban. So I've been listening to Keith since I was a kid. Like legit since I was a kid. Okay. So all the hits, like I knew them. But you don't actually know them until you sit down and study, right? Mm-hmm. So that's what I did. And I was already kind of learning from Terrence while I'm there. And like taking it all in, but still having to play the percussion part. So something happens. Keith fires the rhythm section at the top of 2025. And there was still one gig that had been postponed, or it'd been canceled and postponed to a later date because Nicole Kidman's mom had passed away. Okay. So the family had to go back to Australia and did like 2 weeks over there spending time with them. So that gig that was supposed to happen in September got moved to the top of 2025. And he had already, there's a whole thing that happened. I don't even know what happened. Everybody signed an NDA, but Terrence called me and he's like, hey, look, man, my contract didn't continue. Just wanting to let you know. And there was a plan for like this band to do the whole world tour. And he was like, yo, dude, you have a good chance of getting on it. It's like all this stuff. I was like, all right, cool, great. Then he calls me January 1st and he goes, hey, man, this happened. You know, it is what it is. I just want to let you know before you get a call from somebody else. So it's what happened. A day later, the music director calls me. He's like, hey, man, what are you doing on this date? And I was like, I have a Kill Tony. He's like, you think you could handle the drum chair on a Keith gig? And the date had got postponed to that, and now he's got no band. So they didn't want to get, what was told to me is that they didn't want to get a Nashville drummer to come in and like potentially be like, have that be an audition. He just didn't want to deal with that. Yeah. So I'm the next best thing because I've already been doing those gigs with them. And I'm a drummer first.
Yeah.
I learned percussion after the fact through my mentor, Fausto Cuevas III. So when he asked me, I was like, yeah, I can totally do it. This is literally what I do. Okay. So I took 3 days and I fucking learned as many of the songs that we had because I had set lists from what we played. And even then, what we did, he still added stuff in sound check when we got there. So I had to learn more stuff day of. Now, what was crazy about this whole situation is that now I'm the guy driving the bus, essentially. If I fuck up, this is like the biggest ever. So there's a lot of pressure riding on me. But I took every song that we had played. I had gone back to the videos that I had in my phone of us playing it all together, and then videos of him playing like on the Today Show in New York and having the most recent live recordings of it. So taking those arrangements and learning those and charting them all. I still have all my charts in my iPad. Like I got them all. And I would talk to the music director and he would check in and he's like, hey man, how you doing? How you feeling? All this stuff. And he's like, here's what I've been learning. And here's what, let's just compare notes. So that's what we did. And then I'm on the 2.5, 3 days later, I'm on a plane to Toronto, like just trying to internalize all these from a quarterback's perspective. Yeah. You know what I mean? Right. Like I got to know everything. I got blah, 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 blah. So it happens, and I get there, and I get to Toronto, and I'm the only one at the hotel because everybody will fly in a little bit later on that night or the next day in the morning. So I'm just like, I remember just being in my room talking to my dad and my mom about the whole thing. It's like they're asking me if I'm prepared and all that stuff. And I was like, yeah, trying to be cool about it. But inside I'm like rewatching the videos, looking at my charts, just listening and like hitting all these things. And I've done the work already.
Sure.
So now the work's done. Now I decide to like put the music down. I walk in it, and it's snowing in Toronto. So I'm out. I just decide to go for a walk. I've never been to Toronto before, so I'm just kind of taking it all in. I go eat Indian food in Toronto because I heard there's a big Indian culture there. So like, all right, I'm going to go try to have good Indian food. And then I went to the Space Needle by myself.
All right.
It was right next to where the Toronto Blue Jays played. So I went up to the very top by myself, kind of looked out and just taking this whole experience in, and not really worried about the music at that point, just kind of living life. And then I get back, take an Uber back from the Space Needle back to my hotel, and then I went over the entire set again, and I went to sleep. And then the next day, and it was crazy. He put me in the W hotel where like the fucking, you press a button that goes, and you press it again, and I have the best of the best. This is how touring with Keith Urban fucking is, and it's great. You stay at the best places.
Provides automatic curtains for you.
100%. 100%. I felt like fucking Macaulay Culkin at Home Alone, where he gets the key and he opens up the thing into all the candy and the cookies and stuff. So next day happens, and like wake up, kind of do my thing, run over the set again, just listening, just kind of preparing, and I go to sound check and I meet Pete and Jeff, who's the playback engineer. So we ended up running tracks that day because it was only Pete who was playing synth bass. He's the music director.
Okay.
I can't fucking remember his last name either, dude.
It's all right. You've met a lot of people.
I know, but these are my friends, and it's kind of shitty that I don't remember their last names. Pete and Terrence, incredible musicians, buddies of mine, whatever. He's playing synth bass and keys, and I'm playing drums. And Jeff, who I don't remember his last name.
Oh my God,
it's crazy, dude.
Just don't say it. Just like
no.
Okay.
I have to because like
right.
I don't want to be. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
So he's playing the playback, and we're kind of going, and Pete's getting texts from Keith like, hey, I think I want to do this song. I think I want to go do this song, and it's not on our list. So like both of us are like learning the songs in real time.
You can't do that,
right,
Keith. I know this is your show, but my
right.
career's on the line.
Well, here's the thing, dude. He's got records on records on records, bro. And the fans that come to these shows, like sometimes he'll do like a thing. He was like, "Well, what do you want to play? What do you want me to play?" And they'll say the deepest beat cuts. You're like, "What the fuck? I've never heard that song." And he goes, there was one in Chicago, as a matter of fact. It was one song that he didn't even remember how to play and was remembering how to play it in real time. But crazy.
How do you like? This is your livelihood. This is your performance. This is your portfolio. I don't understand how he doesn't understand that. Hey, my band doesn't know this. But
no, dude, it's about him. Okay. He's the artist.
I get it.
If we don't know it, he'll just play it on his own, which is what happened.
All right, okay,
you know what I mean? So fair. That was like a cool moment to see him go, oh shit, how do I play that? And then did it. Yeah. And he like. He's a goat, man. Okay. He's a different thing, bro. It was cool. So we get to sound check, and we're learning these other. One of the songs I remember is John Deere. What's the name of that song? I'll pull it up. But there's a specific rhythm that comes out of the B section that's not a normal 4/4. And it has a specific feel in like, I think it's like 6/4 or whatever. And I made sure to like, all right, don't fuck this up because it's not a normal transition. And in rehearsal, I fucked it up. And I was like, and he was like, all right, cool, whatever, that was fine. And we don't play it again. And we were just like, all right, don't fuck it up in the show. And I didn't fuck it up in the show. It's like we did it. But what was crazy about this is like I actually talked to Lil Jon about this too because he's played with so many people. And also, fun fact before I get to this, Lil Jon is the only drummer ever to play with Michael Jackson, Stevie Wonder, and Prince. No other drummer in the world has ever had those opportunities.
It's quite a collection of artists.
Quite a collection.
Damn.
And we talked about it in our lesson. And he showed me some crazy recordings of him doing it. fucking awesome. Anyways, so back to my shit. So I'm sound checks, like usually when we do these small shows, we get to jam a little bit. Like me and P will like start jamming, or like Terrence and I would start doing this rhythm shit, and Jerry at the time, who was his bass player, would start, you know, just kind of join in. And then when Keith gets there, he just grabs his guitar and we're just jamming for 20 minutes just to get a vibe of like what the room feels like, how are we feeling musically, emotionally, whatever. We didn't get to do that time. I didn't have the opportunity to like just play. No arrangements, no Keith Urban songs. Let's just play. I didn't get to do that. So I don't necessarily like, and we didn't rehearse either. Like this wasn't a rehearsed gig. It was show up, you learn the music, and then we play. Wow. So I'm kind of at a disadvantage of understanding what he wants in a drummer. So fine, sound check goes well. We went over a couple of the arrangements with the tracks, and like I'm on ears, Pete's on ears. He's not. He's just playing. So we only do the arrangements. We don't play at all. And then he has to go straight to an interview. Like he's doing some interview for whatever on the thing. So now we're kind of talking about like, okay, cool. How do we feel? Whatever. Show comes. He starts off with Long Hot Summer. He goes up by himself, plays the whole first part of the song with an acoustic guitar. And then Pete and I and Jeff walk up. And there's this whole kind of solo section as once Pete and I are grooving, he switches to an electric guitar, and then it's just this long solo until we play the bridge and then out to the rest of the song. So this is when I learned what type of artist Keith is, or what type of musician, what type of guitar player he is. I'm playing, we're going, he starts like fucking going in, doing like a crazy solo, builds it up from nothing all the way to the top. And my experience playing with Jon and every improvised artist that I've played with, we go with the improviser, right? And we take it up, we bring it down, take it up, we bring it, but he's leading. Yeah. He does not like that. So like every time he was going up, I would like not push the tempo, but push the energy, push like everything. We're going. Bah, bring it back down. Right? He doesn't like that. He comes up to the drums, looks at me, goes, "Hey man, don't follow me. And I was like, "What?" And okay. One time,
in the heat of the moment.
Dude, wow. We're on stage. We're playing already. Yeah. In the middle of the crowd, he comes up and he doesn't make it obvious. He's just, "Hey man, don't follow me." Yeah. Cool. I don't necessarily know what that means, but I'm like, all right, cool. I'm just gonna be here, but I want to make it musical, whatever. So
I want to do my job, but okay.
And I in my mind, I'm like, I get what you're saying, but I don't.
Yeah.
Right. And it's whatever. So we're playing again, and he goes, and he's kind of building it and doing all these incredible like guitar phrases and breaking it here, taking it here, and then here he comes again. And I think this time we're like going out to the next section. Oh no, we don't. He takes it up, blah, 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 and like Pete and I are going with him, and go, boom, bring it back down. Fuck. And now I can kind of tell by his body, like his body movements that his body language that he didn't like that. And here he comes again. He goes, "I told you not to, don't follow me." And I was like, "Fuck!"
So sorry.
This is the first song of a 2.5 hour set, and I'm already
already pissed him off.
Yeah, dude. Fuck. You know. But you can't show it. You just got to fucking keep going. And this time I'm like, all right, I'm not going anywhere. Fuck it.
I'm doing nothing.
I'm just literally keep like 4 on the floor. Like, I don't know if anybody's heard Long Hot Summer, but it's a 4 on the floor song. It's like kind of pulsing through the whole thing. So now I'm just like literally just doing this. Right? So he's going. And this time he looks back and we're actually going out this time. And I think that was what he was looking for, is like, watch me I'll tell you when we go. Okay. And he's the kind of guy that likes to do these big waves, but he doesn't. He's the artist. People are here to see him. And it doesn't mean that he's like this crazy guy. It's just like I'm curating this musical moment. Let me do it. Yeah. And then we finally did, and then he looked back at both of us, and then we fucking go out and finish the song, and everything was fine.
Okay.
But like, though, this is and it kind of took me out because I was like, fuck, dude, like I'm already on his bad side. It's the fucking first song. It hasn't even been fucking 10 minutes yet.
Right, yeah.
So that happened, and we finished the song. Everything was cool. It was fine. It was fine. This is just me internally going, you gotta be better than this. Oh, you gotta be better than this.
I'm gonna get fired right now.
Yeah, and it's not like it wasn't. And he even said, it's like, yo, man, there's no pressure. Let's just go out and play. We didn't rehearse, whatever. Let's just have it be like that. So that happens. We go into the second song. And then after the second song, he like introduces the band and gives me a shout out. He's like, look, man, he's been playing percussion and stepped up on drums, and I really appreciate him for doing this and blah, blah, blah. And, he gave me a shout out, which was cool. He didn't have to do that.
Right on.
Especially after what just happened.
Yeah.
And I'm probably making it more than it actually was because I'm in
You're
the
a perfectionist.
moment. Yeah, for sure. What was crazy about this whole thing, and this is the only other time that I messed up in the set, is the third song. We're playing Where the Blacktop Ends. Mm-hmm. Gonna kick all my shoes and run in bare feet with the grass and the dirt and the gravel. So it's like this big kind of rock country anthem. Gonna leave my with a black top. So it's like this huge moment. And at the very end of the song, like there's this giant guitar solo, and it's an arranged guitar solo, right? So he starts going. It's like we're going, and he's fucking doing all the crazy shit. And then the last 4 bars, it's got you, 1, 2, 3, right? It's supposed to stop right there, and the song's over. My dumbass got excited. So like we're doing, and he turns around, and then all of a sudden goes back into the head, like he just goes into the intro again. Uh-huh. And I'm like, fuck! Well, I fucked that up.
Yeah, you just caused a kerfuffle because now you gotta
what?
How do you get out of it?
So no, it was fine. Like we just did the intro, and then we ended the intro, and it was fine.
Okay.
But I looked at Pete and I was like, fuck. Funny enough, dude, I hear like whatever months pass by, they go on tour and they do a live record from the tour that they did last year in 2025. And I'm listening to that specific song, and they do that. Oh. So my fuck up, what I thought was a fuck up, ended up being in their arrangement on tour.
And it's now forever
and
embedded in
dude, I was like, oh shit, that I did that.
Yeah.
Like that was crazy. We had never done that before on any of the small shows.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it makes the big stage. I'm not saying that like I was the catalyst
for
it.
You wrote the song, essentially.
I'm not saying that I was a catalyst for it, but that was the mistake that I made.
Yeah.
And that's turned into the arrangement they were doing on tour. And I was like, oh, that's kind of tight. That's cool.
It's a little memento you can take with you.
But that was what he was like, because he told us before. He's like, dude, don't be afraid to fuck up. Yeah. If you fuck up, we're fine. Okay. Whatever. Like he's a fucking professional. He's been doing this all his life. He's been writing songs since he was in middle school. You don't think he's gonna be like, all right, cool, I'm just gonna play the intro again?
Right.
And it's what he did.
Okay.
And it ended up being that. But like just for me, I knew the arrangement. I got excited. I kept going. It ended up being in their live. Their tour, which I thought was pretty cool. I don't know, it's a little thing. And so for the rest of that show in Toronto was great. I had the time of my life.
Yeah,
it was amazing. I met some really cool. Funny enough, the bar owners who own the club, huge fans of Kill Tony.
Oh hell yeah,
crazy.
So they knew who you were.
Oh yeah, super weird.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's not weird. It's fucking big. thing.
But
so
to me, still, like,
yeah.
I don't think that will ever not be weird. I'm like, wait, you watch the show? And they're like, yeah, dude, we watch every fucking Monday. It's for anybody who watches the show. Thank you. It's awesome. We can't do Kill Tony without a live audience, without people watching. God. So thank you guys.
I would just love to see, because I'm on YouTube as well, I would just love to see their analytics of their back page.
I don't even know.
I can't even imagine what the charts look like.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
So we're well over like an hour. But I reached out to my buddy. It's a beautiful thing about this podcast. We can go as long as we want. But I reached out to my buddy Randy, who's a big fan of Kill Tony.
Oh shit.
He loves
questions?
the show. Yes, we have questions for you. His first question is, where did you get the hat?
Oh, I got that in New Orleans at Jazz Fest because of Jon. There's a whole story behind that. I don't know if you want it or not.
Sure.
Okay, well,
we have the time.
I guess we do have the time.
It's for Randy.
This was actually at a super heavy moment in my life. Why I went to Jazz Fest with Jon. So I'm engaged at the time.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going well.
Okay.
It's not her and I just decide that we don't necessarily see our lives going in the same direction anymore.
That happens.
It does. It really does. And I'm feeling down about it. She's feeling down about it. We're having these conversations, like pretty heavy conversations about the whole thing. And we just decide, you know what? This isn't going to work.
Mm.
And we decide to call it quits. And I'm defeated. She's defeated. The whole energy in our apartment is just not good.
Yeah,
not good. So I you know what? I'm gonna take a trip. You have the weekend. You know, she's already making plans to move out and all this stuff. And keep in mind, this was like 5 months before the wedding date. I know this was heavy for all of us, and both families are involved. And we had already gone to see all the crazy stuff. Everything was set in stone. So call it quits. I ended up just taking a weekend, and I called my dad. I was like, you know what? Jon invited me to go to Jazz Fest with the Gary crew. I'm not playing. I'm just going. So I think I'm just going to take a drive. He has no idea that any of this is happening between my ex and I. But he could tell in my voice that something was wrong. So he's like, okay, cool. Well, let me give you a call a little bit later. I'm kind of busy. Me and your mom are doing something. I think that's what he said. So he does call me a little bit later. He's like, you know what? I'm going to fly out there and we're going to drive together. So he knew. Dude, parents just know shit, man. And my dad and I and my mom, we're all really close. So he flies up. We take a trip out to New Orleans, and I just spend the whole weekend with the guys and the crew. And while we're there, we're Jon just kind of Jon's he does his own thing. He's so independent. He's going out and experiencing all this shit, and he comes back with these crazy jewelry pieces and cool shit. And my other buddy and I were like, dude, where the fuck did you get that? We want take us there, take us to that little place. So he took us to the spot, where it's this African dude who has made trinkets, and just a little spot that you see at festivals, you know. Mm-hmm. So they had jewelry and belts and traditional African shirts and anything that you can think of. So I was like, oh, I want to get this. I want to get a cool necklace or whatever. And then I come we're walking around the tent, and I see this wall of hats, and I see the red hat, and I was like, what the fuck is that? And I'm walking up to get it, and this lady comes up really quick, snags it off the thing, and I was like, fuck, she got the hat. And she puts it on, she tries it on, and it does, whatever.
Convince her, I'm like, listen, this is not your, it doesn't look good on you.
Yeah, right. Well, she kind of was already doing that herself, and then she takes it off, and Jon was like, dude, get the hat, do it. So I put it on, and all of a sudden I was like, oh, this feels different. I look up, and the lady's looking at me, and she goes, that's you.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So Jon was a catalyst for the hat, and it was like a whole thing. Yeah. And I literally never took it off. And I told Jon, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna wear it on Monday. It's just gonna be, as a funny thing, whatever.
Sure. Yeah.
Turns out I just kept wearing it, and now it's the thing.
It's part of your vibe.
Yeah.
Okay, so another one. I just want to play with some of the greats. Like, we already covered it. He wanted to know how you got to play and kill Tony. How do you play with Gary Clark?
Yep. Through Jon. All of that's John D's, baby. Johnny!
You can take this however you want.
Sick.
He goes, I want to hear a story nobody has heard before about D Madness. So it doesn't have to be just something that's cool.
D is one of the funniest motherfuckers I've ever met in my life.
All right.
You'll you can kind of tell on the show, but he's just cool, calm, and collected at all times.
Yeah.
Just a G.
Okay.
And like we'll have these like funny jokes and remarks that you can't hear because like Tony will be like, "Oh, D just said this," but we're hearing it.
Yeah.
And he does that all the time. And it's just a good dude.
Okay.
Like there's not really any specific situations.
Sure.
I don't we all hang out together all the time, but there's not one that like comes to mind and be like, y'all gotta know this.
Yeah.
He's just always himself, and it's really cool.
All right. My question about your hats is how are you gonna rep San Francisco and LA?
And New York.
Yeah.
And Houston.
No. My biggest problem.
And Philly.
My biggest problem is I used to be a Dodger fan. I'm not the biggest fan anymore. But
why? Because they've been winning championships.
Well, yeah. Well, that's a I feel like I know they bought. It feels like they bought their championship. I know that's what every MLB team does.
Yeah, dude. The Yankees in the late 90s and early 2000s. George Steinbrenner bought that team.
I get it. I understand it, but it's just I don't know. It feels wrong. I love that. I love to see Ohtani. Obviously, last World Series was fucking
Mookie Betts
phenomenal.
is the king, bro.
So I get it, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't know. Whatever. Anyways, just how are you gonna wear two rival teams' hats?
It just what So the funny enough, that San Francisco hat I bought on my very first trip with my ex. We had gone to San Francisco. That was like legit. We had been dating for a couple weeks.
Yep.
And I was like, hey, flights to San Francisco are super cheap. Do you want to just go? And she was all for it. So we went to San Francisco, and every city that I tour in or go to that has a major league park, I either go see a game and experience it because I'm just a huge baseball fan.
Yeah.
In general,
I'm gonna try to go to the Mariners game tomorrow in Seattle.
Are you're flying
or Friday? Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Fuck you. Who they playing?
I don't know, but I just wanted to go see a ball game in that park. It's gonna be
Safeco.
Cold.
Is it still called Safeco?
I don't think it's called Safeco. It's CenturyLink, maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
But anyway, sorry. Yeah.
So we went and I bought that hat, and I just it became my favorite hat at that time.
All right.
So I just started wearing it when I got the Kill Tony thing. That's what I was wearing, that San Francisco hat. And then all of a sudden I go out to LA, and I my buddy Andy takes me
What's
to
his last name?
Farag. I do know his Farag. He actually used to be Tony's manager, and I met him through the show, and he became he's legit like a brother to me. He comes with my family all the time. We eat we've done so much shit together. He's my brother now.
Okay.
So we were out in LA, and he took me to my first LA Dodger game.
Awesome.
And I got that Dodger hat.
Okay.
And that hat became so important to me that I just started wearing that as the next one. And it's funny enough, it's the hat that I wear underneath the red hat.
Really?
I have to, because I have a tiny head. This is so funny for the people who wear New Era hats.
What size is
6 and 7?
Oh my god, dude, that is a small
6 and 7.
Dude,
it's the largest kid size and the smallest adult size. Dude, I got a fucking tiny fucking skull, but I got a big noggin in there, dude. There's a lot of things going on in there. At all times.
Definitely is.
Right. But yeah, so I got that hat there, and I just never took it off. Yeah, and I collect ball caps. That's my that's my piece of the park that I get to take home with me.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're like I said, we're at 2 hours now. Last question.
Shit. Crazy,
yeah,
dude.
No, that's fine.
Jamie,
you don't
pull
have
it up. We're fucking doing a Rogan podcast right
now. You just have so many interesting stories, and we can go on and forever. But
That's
I want to
crazy.
talk, the last few segments I want to talk about is just Austin specific.
Mm-hmm.
So you've traveled around the world or just the United States? Have you been to,
I've
have
actually
you played in other
with
countries?
Gina Chavez. Yeah, man.
Oh, yeah, awesome.
Like Austin legend, dude.
Yeah, first time I ever saw her was at She Rises Fest in Taos.
That was
That
I
was
was
the
on.
first time
Yeah, it was
you were
me, Dave, and Eli.
Eli, yep.
Yeah, funny
You were
enough.
like the house band. You played for everybody.
I actually didn't play for
I'm
everybody
sorry.
that
Yeah,
night,
Eli
but they
and Dave.
did.
Eli
yeah,
and Dave.
they did. I was only playing with Gina at that.
God damn, those guys are so talented.
Another couple guys that I didn't name.
Yeah.
Also, you know who's a fucking incredible drummer? Dave Scher.
Dave. That's what I didn't know either. I mean, like, multi-talented guy.
Yeah.
Where was I going with this? Oh, yeah. So you've been around the world. What is Austin doing right in the music industry, and what is it getting wrong?
Well, it's
that's
not
very
just
broad.
it's not just like a very wrong thing. We have a lot of places to play that give opportunities to musicians that want to learn and stuff. Now even more than ever, since Rogan's moved here, it's the opportunities to play and this isn't just for music. This is for comedy, culinary arts, like everything. Every art, fine art, essentially, is now like Austin's breeding it at some of the highest levels. Chefs, art, like visual paint, like visual arts, painting, shit like that. Like Chris Rogers is another one that's like going around and doing his shit. And
Is he the guy who's actually doing the live painting?
Yeah, he does the live paintings.
Okay, that's
yeah, exactly. I think just opportunity in general for people to play, and what's doing wrong. I don't know if it's like such a wrong thing,
or they needs help.
Well, we don't have the industry here. Like it's not like LA and Nashville. So like touring artists aren't coming and getting in record deals, whatever. People don't, I guess, necessarily do that anymore, or maybe they do, but we just don't have that part of the industry in Austin. So you have to go. Like if I wanted to tour with Mike with Ty. Ty got signed with an art. I don't want to speak to you. I don't really know, but most of the stuff is coming out of Nashville, I think.
Yep.
And maybe you could talk to Mike about that. You might know more. But like that whole band is from Texas, but they're doing Nashville things essentially. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's probably like artists need to go out to do the stuff and then come back. Now, Gary did the same thing.
Sure.
Went to LA and then came back.
Now, if those mechanisms in the industry that, Nashville has, if Austin doesn't have that, is that a good or bad thing?
I think it's, I mean, I don't know if it's good or bad. It's great for the, like what we have right now. Cause the talent that's here is as good as any other city.
I'm glad you're saying that because from what I've seen and the artists that I've been able to work with and just go to a show, I'm like, this is phenomenal. Yeah. These guys should be playing sold out stadiums, but
100%,
that's not the case here. And they're comfortable with, I guess, playing in these shows in these rooms because they actually love it.
Yeah.
And that's the beautiful thing about it.
It does feel like it's for the love of the game here.
Yeah. Instead
of like, oh, I need to get a job because I got to get a job playing with certain people or whatever. Yeah. That's what I do like about Austin. It's everybody just loves being a musician or creative in this town. And it's also kind of getting a little hard because to be a creative in this town, to afford rent, shit like that, because a lot of giant companies are coming in and raising rents and shit.
Yep.
But that happens in any city, I think.
I was just about to say that. That's just something that you kind of have to work around and figure out yourself. Because capitalism's going to capitalism and people want to make money and they see the advantage of coming here to Austin. But I think I would just hope and have this belief that people who do move here from these large conglomerate companies, they understand that the reason why all the people is moving here is because of the cool shit that is happening and all the cool venues that are still here. So
yeah, but Austin itself, dude, Austin is just such a fucking great city in general. We have outdoors in the middle of downtown, Zilker Park, Barton Springs. Yep, we have trails. Like there's, like the outdoor stuff is taken care of, dude. We have amazing restaurants that could be put up against restaurants in fucking LA and New York. We do. Yeah, and that we have a fucking great city here.
Yep. I agree.
And people keep coming and building new shit, dude. Like, I'm lucky enough to be friends with like incredible chefs that I get, like Philip Franklin Lee, dude. Sushi by Scratch.
Oh yeah.
That's a homie. Good. Like he's got NADC. He's about to make a new fucking pizza joint with him and his wife.
That's awesome,
dude. It's incredible. The food here is just amazing, and he's introduced me to a bunch of different like places in town where like when a Michelin star chef tells you this is the best burger in town, you go and eat there. That's just what you do.
Right.
That's his shit. It's amazing, man. Like
I do have a sour note after visiting Sushi by Scratch. We after the dinner, which is phenomenal.
Right.
I got rear-ended coming out.
No, downtown?
No. This was it's Sushi by what's it called?
Sushi by Scratch.
Sushi by Scratch. That's the one out at Lost Pines, right?
Yeah, that's so there's two locations. Okay, there's one on 6th Street and there's one out.
We went to that one
Cedar
out
Creek.
there, and we were at a stoplight coming out of Bastrop, and some guy didn't see the stoplight and plugged right into me. But thankfully the Honda's a tank, and it survived it.
Yeah.
Just a little dent, and I'm like, yeah, that sucked, and that put a damper on the night.
On the whole night too, after like, just having the best sushi of your life.
Yeah, just like it was really expensive, but my God, was it so good.
Yeah.
And it was worth every dollar. And and then afterwards got rear-ended.
Fuck. That sucks, dude.
Anyways.
Been there.
Yeah. What was his name? Kidding.
Oh wow! This get you a minute on Kill Tony. Oh,
you don't want to hear me.
That's funny. What was his name?
Terrible death.
Right.
Death. Dude, that's all I have. What do you want to do? What's next for Mike?
I just want to continue to progress as a person, as a drummer, musician in general.
Okay.
A buddy gave me his old guitar, and I've been playing piano, so I'm trying to I'm trying to be a little bit more of a musician instead of just a drummer. I'm serious, man. Like that's what it takes to be a music director, and you have to know the intricacies of.
You can count numbers, but do you know letters?
I don't. And I went to music school, and I didn't take that part seriously as much as I should have.
Yeah.
But also, just like I want to do more on the athletic side. I didn't get to do any high rocks races this year because the season of drumming was just so heavy. So it was a good season. It's an amazing season, man. Yeah, and I hope it continues to be that way.
Yeah.
I just want to be able to win more races or compete more races, and I've already done one ultra marathon. I did 50 miles, and I'm trying to do the same ultra marathon next year and run 100, and then do a couple trail races this year. And yeah, dude, there's so much, man. Yeah,
from Michael Gonzales to David Goggins, man.
Dude, honestly, I can show you videos in my phone that I look like Dave. It was, dude, when I tell you I've never been in worse pain in my life, and I continued to do that. I don't know, like, shout out to my boy Hank Harrison. I ran 17 miles at a 7:30 pace, 7:38 pace.
Bro, that's nuts.
Right, but check this out.
Nuts.
So, like, at mile 17 to 18, my knee just fucking blows out, dude. It starts. The pain is just like somebody taking a knife and slicing the outside of my knee.
Tire.
Essentially. And the fucking the rim is just scraping the ground. You know, it's like where they keep driving and you just see the sparks on the ground. Yeah. That's how my knee felt.
Oh my God.
So after we finished our stint of so what it was is that we had 6 guys running 435 miles, but we're on teams. So three guys run for 3 hours. The other 3 guys run for 3 hours, and then we take turns.
Yeah.
So after one of our 3-hour stints, my knee starts fucking hurting heavy. And my buddy in the back, like Hank, we're sitting in the back of the RV, and he goes, "Yo, man, talk to me about this pain." Because he's a veteran, ultra veteran. His dad runs ultras. Like, he's been running ultras. He had just finished 100 miles not too long before this. Jeez. Absolute fucking gangster. So I'm walking him through his pain. I was like, man, it's on the outside. Like, it's a super sharp pain. Like, blah, 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 blah. And he goes, okay, cool. So what this is it's probably your IT band, and you're not in any danger to continue. I will tell you, it's going to fucking suck. It's going to be super annoying. But, we're out here. Let's fucking do this. Yeah. You got this shit, man. If anybody's got it, you got it. And when, I'm such a team player, and I fucking hate letting people down. I hate it. I fucking hate it. Something turned on in me. I was like, you know what? I'm not going to stop then. I'm not. And because he had the faith in me, he's like, dude, if anybody can do it, you can. I fucking did it. It's crazy, man. It's like, I remember running. So we're running through the night we had 2 overnight sessions. The whole race took 67 hours to get from LA to Las Vegas. Santa Monica Pier to the Las Vegas sign. And overnights, dude, I mean, I was talking to God. Like, me and him got really close, bro.
Had some
conversations about why I'm even out here. Like, but the nights were beautiful, dude. Like, not a light for miles, but the moon. We had full moon both nights. Yeah. So like you can see the mountains just lit up like in the distance, and constellations are like just out. Yeah. And if I wasn't hurt, that would have been a way more pleasurable experience. But because I was fucking hurt, I was looking down and looking up like, why am I even here? God, get me through this. You know, and just trying to run my fucking 800s to miles and just hurting. But you know what was cool about the whole situation is that because I was in so much pain, I'll never forget it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
I remember how I felt in those moments to a T.
And I'm sure that'll help you in further experiences.
100%.
When shit is bad, you're like, remember that time? Yeah, that was way worse than this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. And now I know that if I can run 50 in pain, I can do 100. No doubt. No doubt I can. That's like the biggest like kind of takeaway mentally from this. Yeah. It wasn't a mental thing. It was like I can do the thing mentally. Can my body handle the pounding and the miles on miles on miles? And that was probably one thing that I didn't do to prepare. I didn't run enough I didn't put enough miles, like enough time under tension. You know what I mean?
You're fucking Michael Goggins now, dude.
Yeah, I guess so, dude. You know what? I'm gonna throw this out there. I wanna run with Goggins and I wanna run with Cam Hanes.
Dude, is he gonna? Okay, I think Cam Hanes might be more doable. David Goggins is gonna die like anytime soon. The guy just doesn't ever stop, and at some point your battery's gonna run out.
Not him,
bro. That's why.
Are you gonna carry the boats? Who's gonna carry the boats? You don't know me, son. You don't know me, son. That became the thing out there. Hank kept telling me, he's like, they don't know you, son. They don't know. And just me fucking literally limping to my 50s.
You're just crying. They don't know me. They really don't know me.
Yeah. It was a fucking wild moment to be out there in the desert running with really cool people that had the same mindset of getting something really hard or doing something really hard and getting that shit fucking done.
Well, that's a life experience that I'm sure you'll never forget. And I'll never forget this podcast. So.
Yeah, me either, brother.
Mike, I can't thank you enough for coming on this podcast.
Yeah,
I really
man,
appreciate
thank you.
it.
Thanks for having me.
Drive safe on your way home. It's
thank
raining.
you, brother.
And yeah, just I don't know how to end this.
That's all right. Just end it like this.
Now, God bless.